Started. There we go. Pop out the chat. Watch out for our chatters on YouTube. I should somehow incorporate that into the stream visually. I actually could. I don't know why I haven't. It's just going to be a lot of windows on the screen.
More sun.
Okay, give them a couple minutes. All right, let's take that off. Put that on. Damn it! No. This one. Oh, come on now. Come on now. How about I do this? Tricky, like this. Oh, we'll do that. Okay, cool. And now we take this. What am I doing here? There we go. Pull this out. Go back to this screen. This, there we go. Cool. And, that's it. Cool. Let's stop this music. Oh, let's speed up the internet. Remember, we are streaming live at Voices of the Monsterhood, not World of Monsters. For those of you that want to follow along, or just follow along with the chat out there, it's always a good idea. Just pause the video so it doesn't slow down your internet and interfere with your watching and listening. There we go. All right, let's keep an eye on those volumes. What do we have here? We have everybody. We got 6, 7, 9 people here. The 2 Dog Donzos, 1 clone here. So let's introduce everybody. Let's do a little warming chat, and we'll get started. We're going to talk about Donde's challenge at the start for a little while, and then we'll jump into trolls today. Today is trolls. So greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Voices of the Monsterhood, where we stream every Saturday, just chatting, having a friendly chat about monsters, different topics surrounding monsters. Sometimes we go deep. We always go deep. We never go shallow. We don't mess around in the shallow end at all, actually. So, the greatest, let me just point that out, the greatest monster podcast in the world ever. There, we got people here from all over the world, and I'm going to introduce them now. So, wonderful to see you guys. Last time we didn't stream, by the way, to everybody because Discord was having issues. Anywhere, let us know if the volumes are off a bit. But here we go. So first of all, we got Donde. Welcome, Donde.
Hello.
We got him on voice. How you doing today, Donde?
Doing okay.
He's doing all right. Okay. All right. Hopefully we make that awesome for you. Let's see. We got Darth Phoenix. Darth in the text. Are you there, Darth? Can you hear us clearly? Darth can always hear us. There he is. He's typing. That's a good sign. Then we got Dog Danza coming back at us. How the hell are you? He's good. He's good. How's life in the military, Dog Danza?
All's good, all's good.
Awesome.
More technical problems than anything else.
Gotcha. And you're back with family for quite a little while here, for a few weeks, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Let's see. We'll see after the cast today. You'll probably be here maybe for the next Monstercast as well. Let me see if I'm even going to be here for that one.
Most probably.
I have to check my flight actually.
Where are you traveling
Three,
to?
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think
And when
I'll
are
be
you
here.
traveling?
To Florida again. I'm gonna visit my parents there. But I think I'll be here for next Monstercast. We'll still vote for that and plan for that, but I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. It
Nice.
sucks because I don't have too much time to chat before or after today, but I should next time. So, thank you, Donzo, for attending. Even you're here at home for a short while and you still show up. That's commitment. That's a true Monsterite. And
Thank you.
greetings. Hola, mi amigo. JMPF is here. How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
Hi, I'm a little bit sick.
A little bit sick. Okay. All right. Hopefully we make you feel better. We won't be yelling too crazy into the microphones.
So Z, if and when you're watching this, see, even JMPF is sick, but he decided to stick it out and come with us.
There you go.
are weak, Necron.
See these examples of good Monsterites. One is sick. He's still here. The other one's home for a short while. He's still here. That is Monsterite Elite. And Chris. Oh, Jono. Jono's here. Ciao,
Howdy,
Jono.
partners.
How's the pizza life?
Racist.
How you been, Jono?
Usual.
Usual? All right. Well, you're here, and you're here on time and everything. You have early attendance today, so we're glad you're here, Jono. We all need a
Because-
slayer around, you know.
Yeah, the reason I am here is because I was alone, and so
I see.
I stayed home talking to the only friends I have left in the world.
Oh, Jono.
Oh,
That's all right.
you're melting my heart.
It's not too different from some of us
That is
around
sad,
here.
bro.
Right on. Well, you honor us, Jono, with your presence. And Chris, welcome, sir.
Yellow?
How's everything
Always
been
a
going?
pleasure. Still breathing, and everything has actually been going quite nicely.
Awesome. That's good to hear, Chris. Very good to hear. And our buddy Pro from Down Under as well. How you doing, Pro? I'm terminally ill with the lazy, and I still show up. Yep, he's a procrastinatron, and he's still here. That's how you do it. Right on. Thank you for being here, Pro.
It
So
wouldn't be a Monstercast without him.
that's right. That's right. We need our Chris's. We need our Pros. Darth Phoenix is becoming JMPF too. Dande's been sharing his voice. We're all enlightened by that here. And speaking of Dande, so Dande runs a monthly art challenge. It's not necessarily a contest. It's a challenge. You can always join in at the end of the session. He discusses them and you guys present them. Usually he does it at morning times here, which I'm not up at. And then if we get a chance, we share them also on a Monstercast for some extra exposure and fun. Dande, what is your latest challenge and when is the due date for that?
The latest one is making your own monster, something original, like within the monster community, monsterhood community. And that won't be done until after the New Year sometime. I'll probably post the date when, just so we pass by some of the holidays.
Okay. Right on. So you said right after New Year about, yes?
Yes, it's create your own creation.
Okay. All right, so it's going to be an original creation from you guys. Pretty open. So be as creative as possible. Make it kick ass. And sometime after New Year's will be the due date. Remember, these are loose, nothing to stress about, but a great way to get feedback on your work and improve, and also get great ideas. I'm not seeing anybody on YouTube yet. Where is Louis? Where is what's his name? One of our artists.
Raincrawler.
Yeah,
Bethany.
Raincrawler. All those guys.
I'm
All
not
right.
seeing Bethany.
Yeah, and Beth's been out. Damn, she better get that copyright claim. That's not right. But anyway,
What
that bugs
copyright
me.
claim? Have I missed something?
well, I don't want to get too much on the case, but basically, in
She
short,
found out that some dudes are selling T-shirts with Earth drawings on it over Amazon.
Yeah, on
But
Oh,
Amazon.
that
people
is
What the
from
fuck?
China,
I mean, that's
people from China
seriously
or
wrong,
something.
and we're trying to
fucking
explain that.
China.
But you
That is
see,
goddamn awful.
Amazon is US based, so it's probably a seller in the US, maybe contacts with China or whatever. But it's very easy to get on to one of those websites, where you can put your logo on a T-shirt and sell it for commission.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
something they did. But it's really wrong. Nobody can use your artwork like that, and we were trying to convey that, and I hope she gets that because that's just wrong. Even if it doesn't
No.
affect her much and that seller's not making much money, it's the whole idea of it. We gotta fight to support artists,
It's
and
still not right.
yeah, it's
That is
it's not at
absolutely
all.
not right. And Beth, if you're not able to come today, you can count on the Monsterhood community being behind you 100%.
Totally. Yep. I'll even go there
Yeah.
and message them myself on our behalf. I don't mind. Alrighty. So with that,
But let's be
Dante's.
honest, what are they gonna think about a lot of people saying, nah, don't do this?
Yeah.
People usually do the wrong thing, don't care.
I think honestly, when you contact Amazon, they'll be quick on it. Again, because it's American based and they don't mess around with stuff like that. If you can give them your DeviantArt page or whatever, they will get that seller as soon as possible. They won't mess around with that. That's at least the good thing around here.
That's good.
So I'm sure that's going to be an easy takedown. But hopefully they make a lot of money and she can sue them because she sure can, and totally has
I-
full right on that. There's no way she can lose with that.
Project,
So.
school project.
Yep.
There is absolutely no legal way for them to keep all that. She literally, if it's her art, all the profits belong to her.
Yep. Alrighty. So with that, we're gonna jump back to Dande and talk about his last monster challenge, which was farm monsters. People had to create something farm-related monster. So Dante, if you can post those here in the main voice cavern, text cavern, we'll take a look at them and see which ones we like. Cool. So we got the dark sheep.
This one's from GMPF.
JMPF. All right, let's write that down. All right, JMPF.
It is his Dark Sheep, a bioweapon created by a mad scientist on Hellish Land Farm, a haunted farm where a satanic cult made rituals using cattle as sacrifices, constructed on top of an Indian cemetery, and on land contaminated by a radioactive meteorite, which carried some
Nice.
strange bacteria.
All right. So how is it deadly? Is it just deadly to be around it? Does it explode? What exactly does it do?
Is it nuclear?
He's
It is always
infectious
nuclear.
and a predator.
It's a predator. Okay, so it'll jump on you and gnaw on you. Awesome. I like the idea behind it. It looks like he used watercolor paint. Is that correct, JMPF?
Yes, I use.
Awesome. Nice effort on that. Actually, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind a rework on that one. That would be kind of fun to do a digital painting of that. Nice red legs there. It's almost like a Godzilla, except not with the giant aspect, but like a Godzilla sheep.
Leathery skin.
Yeah, we got the horns there.
That's what I'm seeing here.
Awesome. Awesome. Very fun. All right. Next one, Dande.
And this one is by Raincrawler.
Sweet.
Ooh.
So this was for the contest. Awesome.
It's called Porco Dio. One of the
That's John's favorite word.
That's a pork.
It's one of the underrated gods of the Chinese zodiac. He joined forces with the gods Goat and Horse to form a team with the name used to denigrate them, Zodiac Farm. Under his commands, he wants to be revered as the principal deity of Earth. His name will be known in many languages. Gute Schwein, I'm not sure what that is. Dios Puerco, God Pig, and Porco Dio, the greatest.
Awesome.
Porco swine.
In the year 2019, he plotted to be king of the Zodiac with the help of the Zodiac Farm. They will remove all the obstacles. They already defeated the God Snake and also swear revenge over the traitor horse. One by one, they shall fall, including the fearless tiger and the wisdom of the dragon.
That's awesome. That's a very cool, unique creation,
A very
actually.
cool porco deal.
That would even do so
Sounds
well.
like something from Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Like alongside Beerus or something.
This one would even do so well in your next challenge.
That image reminds me a lot of Porks from Your Realms Live.
Nice. What was that? All right. Yeah, I like this one. It reminds me of even my own drawing style, especially when I was younger. I made a little bestiary and look very similar. I like how he's adding the details, the extra like cuffs on his arms, all those details. Dante, I thought this one was even inspired by the actual Zodiac. I wasn't sure if he made all that up, so it looks like it's all fabricated.
He inspired it by the
Mm,
Zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, the pig Porco Dio is lazy and makes the other animals do his bidding.
Nice. How many kings have been
I
like
just
this?
can't get used to that name.
Interesting. I also like the hand he did on it with the 4 stout fingers. Very cool. A lot of piercings there. He looks lazy, but he looks kind of like a party animal as well.
It looks like a porco deal.
All right, scrolling down. All right, Dante, and the next one.
And this one's mine. It's the
Awesome.
pig people who come out at night or easily seen at night. And they look and function like humans, but they look almost like pigs. And sometimes they'll shoot out darts that are poisonous enough to knock out an elephant. And they'll usually take people, like preferably kids, and eat them.
Ooh, I love that. That's such a good concept. I'd love to see that in animation, film form. That's awesome. It reminds me a little bit of the Time Machine movie. It's a newer rendition of it. I actually like that one a lot. The guy goes into the future and there's some creatures like that, but big and faster, powerful creatures that shoot with blowguns and hunt down people. Kind of reminded me of that.
They use blowguns to Darth. And the funny thing about these pig creatures is that I actually dreamed them up like years ago.
Awesome.
So what I told you is actually what they were doing in the dream.
Oh, those are
That
the
is
best
concerning.
monsters.
E.
What's that, Chris?
That is deeply concerning.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Hello, Raincrawler over on YouTube. We just looked at your Porcadillo. We had a good laugh at it. We enjoyed it very much. Awesome work, Raincrawler.
Finally, Arthur finally said the P word.
PP. Awesome. 3 awesome creations. 2 of them were pigs. Do we have any more, Dande?
No, those were the only ones that were submitted.
Okay, so those are the 3. Love the style on that last one too, Dande. I like that you're going with that creepy, again, that scary stories vibe behind it a little bit. It really adds more to mess around with your imagination when you see something like that. And again, it doesn't even have to be finished. You can already start imagining, especially when you say stuff like that. You can imagine how these guys are walking around, the sounds they're making, their movements. Awesome work. The year.
So, Lande, just to know, this next competition of yours is most creating your own the monster.
Mhm.
Do you also need to add a backstory for that?
If you want to, it usually helps for people to get an idea. Like you can draw it or write it out
Okay, so it's
or make it into.
I'll see if I can compete.
cool. Yeah, Doc Donzo, it's always funner to have more people. It just helps better to visualize what you're presenting if you add stuff, but if you don't, that's all right. just do whatever you have time for. Is that true, Raincrawler? Is it the year of the pig next year?
It's the year of the rat, actually.
What was this year? I lost track.
Snake, I think. Don't remember.
Snake, maybe? So next year's year of the rat. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any rats here?
Hello.
Nice. I'm a pig,
Hello?
actually.
I am the resident rat.
So you are a rat.
You are a rat.
Even by Zodiac.
So next year's your year.
Yep.
You're gonna have a lot of good luck.
That's awesome, Chris. You are the
To
real
be fair,
deal.
my actual Chinese zodiac is the bull, but I am a rat.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. You're messing around now. Cool.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Gargamel.
Heyo.
We
Yeah, I'm
just...
sorry I won't be able to stay for much of this Monstercast because I already so I kind of hungry and only started making my lunch. So
No worries. We're talking about trolls today. Did you have anything to share?
well, did you guys see that the troll movie, the one that was for kids, the Trolls, like the kids movie, Trolls?
We
The
haven't. We can
adventure
talk
thing?
about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Gargamel,
computer animated.
we just finished going over Dande's art challenge. So we take a look at the 3 farm monsters that people submitted. So actually, we're going to be jumping into the topic now of trolls. So get ready, everybody. Trolls. And we're not talking about those stupid toys with naked humanoid-looking things with pale skin and long hair. No,
Okay,
we're
so
not
they don't
talking about
count.
that. We're not going to
They
even
don't
touch
count, so
about
then-
that, I hope.
Then I can't. I'm not going to bring up that movie because that movie was about them.
Was it, though?
They're not the same thing. You can use them still, don't worry.
I think so, because the one you're talking about is a little bit different. If you're talking about Trolls, the CGI one, yeah, that was
with
different.
the pink main character.
It's still like...
No, it was a CGI movie that was based on those little naked things.
Really? What is it called? Let's let's take a look.
Trolls.
It's entertaining. It is Troll. Okay.
Are you sure you're not talking about those big-headed ones with the fancy hair where the main character is this pink troll?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those count.
Yeah, they're not related to the toys, I think. They're a different...
I think they're
thing.
based off the toys.
Okay, they may be based, but they're
I am
not
so
really
lost.
big.
Well, we're looking at these. I'll post a picture for you guys that are lost over here.
Please.
And here we go. There we go. So I actually haven't seen this. No, I may have seen one. I think they were in another CGI movie, right? Weren't they in one of the Frozen movies or somewhere where they first presented
Those are
them?
different trolls.
Oh, they are different. Okay, those were like rock trolls or something. Why can I not paste this fucking link? There we go. Okay, so this is what we're talking about,
There we
guys. They might be inspired. I don't know how.
They're basically the one that Donde showed a picture of in the courtyard. They are based on those, but they are a little different looking.
I remember one of these from Toy Story when I was young.
Yeah, in those
Like
movies,
little green.
in that movie, the trolls are all like happy creatures,
Yeah.
and there are these other creatures that like eat them that are the bad guys. I can't remember the exact story, and I have difficulty telling it to you guys.
So okay, we can.
I'll see.
go
I'll
into
look it up on like Wikipedia maybe.
Has anybody seen this movie?
I have not, though. While I was in America, and I was working at the games section of Cedar Point, I did not sell, but give out a lot of dolls of the main characters
I
from
see.
this movie.
So, Chris, you not only visited America, you worked here for a little while. Interesting.
Yep, one summer.
That's cool.
Very cool.
It's a nice place to visit, but I would not live there. No offense.
Again, depends where you went
Why not?
exactly, but I hear you on that. So, let's see. How do you guys feel about this? Because I wouldn't mind seeing this movie. The main reason I probably haven't is it because it just feels a little bit more for children, unlike How to Train Your Dragon and Shrek.
It
Those are
looks
more
a lot
family.
like child
This is
movies.
more, yeah, for kids, more sing-alongs, stuff like that. But it looks like a fun watch
Yes,
too,
it is
maybe.
Perhaps, though it is indeed a children's movie.
Yeah, but I mean, like, let's be honest. The
Just a moment,
recent
guys.
movies are like really childish. Like, let's take the original Ben 10 for example, and then the newest one. it looks like he literally is aging backwards.
Yeah, well, the
New stuff is garbage.
troll movie I was talking about, I just linked the thing about the Wikipedia page for it in the main voice text channel. If any of you guys want to talk about it, because I did think it was an interesting movie. I did actually enjoy it.
Oh, if it has Gargamel's recommendation, I might actually go see it.
No, it's not in theaters anymore. It's you'd have to get in like videotape, and if you're not in the United States, you might have some trouble getting it. I don't know, but it's just a few overseas.
Yar har fiddly-dee. That's all I will say.
It's gone quiet now.
So we spinning the
I
wheel
thought it
of
was just
fortune,
me.
or Gargamel, do you want to share anything else with us about these particular trolls?
Not really, because I did enjoy the movie, and I don't want to give away too much spoil. And also, I'm having trouble remembering that much about it. I remember it a little bit, but there's I don't want to give away any spoilers. A lot of it I actually forgotten already. It's a pretty good movie though. I enjoyed it. Most of it is not singing and dancing though, so it's not like a children's musical. There is some music in it, but
That's improvement. Most of the things these days are musicals.
And they
Some
not
odd
here in the
reason.
U.S. Most of the stuff here in the United States is not musicals.
Sorry, I'm in SA, so all I get the stuff is musicals. Why I prefer my anime any day.
Yeah, most anime definitely is not a musical.
Exactly. Put on a little bit of Overlord, never disappoints.
Most
I
American
hope they.
cartoons are not music either. Most of them are
For
just
Overlord,
like
I
films.
sincerely hope that they actually do better animations in the next season, because the last season,
What do you mean?
the Overlord, you mean the Skeleton Man, right?
Yeah.
In the last season, the CGI was atrocious, despite the story being great. So I'm hoping the CGI in the next one is, if not present, at least better.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, that would definitely be an improvement, but I really want to see if he finds his friends.
Who are we talking about?
It's an anime, no need to mind.
It's an anime.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Are we done with the trolls thing for this one? I guess so.
The Trolls movie, yeah, I think we are. I don't really want to say much else about it.
The only question I
Other than
had
think
is
you guys
who is the
especially if you have kids. If you have kids, you should go see it.
who is the antagonist in those movies?
Or just make them watch it.
Does anybody know?
Bless you.
Is it another troll group, or are they some other type of monsters?
Bless you.
The creatures that eat the trolls.
The antagonist, yeah, whoever the bad
I
guy.
can't remember what they're called, but like trolls and like I'm not sure. I'd have to read I'm gonna read Wikipedia because I don't remember it again.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna start. We're gonna go to. Let me Google this real quick if this is right.
The Wheel of Torture.
So maybe these guys. Let me copy this over. We just got a package delivered in not the best way, and our neighbors came and gave us our package, which is cool, but then they always end something with the reason why it got to us is because of God, and like we're thankful they got it for us, but then at the end they say something that just
the
ruins
antagonists
everything.
in the film, because you guys asked.
Anyway.
I just looked it up. Are called Bergens. Another type of creature. They just made. I think just made them up for the film.
Is it the thing that I just posted?
Probably.
What thing did you just post?
The creature you just mentioned?
And that scene is from Goblins.
Maybe.
What's it called? What is it
Dang
called?
it, Hellboy 2. Okay, let's move on then. Damn, we got a nice list of people here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's about 12 people. Awesome. Let's go over to the wheel. Let me make sure everybody's on here. I have Donzo, I have Jono, I have Donde, Chris, Darth, JMPF Pro. I'll add Rain since he sent me something. Is that everybody? Did I miss someone?
Oh, sorry, Arthur, but sorry to interrupt, but I can't even see what you posted because it's not coming up for some reason. It seems not to be loading.
I think you might have missed Gargamel.
Gargamel just went, so we won't be
Well,
adding
I'm
him.
still here technically.
Oh,
So then I covered
I'm sorry, I'm lagging out a
everybody.
little bit.
Right.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
be here for a few more minutes, but not much longer because I'm gonna
Cool.
have to eat something pretty soon.
No worries, Gargi. Thanks for sharing. Let's spin the
welcome.
wheel then. Let's see who's gonna make out with who. I didn't even get a smirk for that one. I'm getting bad, obviously. All right, there's Chris. Chris, it is your turn.
Oh, it is my turn. Oh boy. All right. So I'm going to start with from. I think I'll do a total of 5 things today, and I'll go in turn from most obscure to most well known, which is also the order in which I know the things I know the least about and the things I know most about.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you again. The picture just came up, and yes, Arthur, those are the creatures that are the antagonists in the Trolls movie.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt you guys.
And so the first thing that I would like to start us off with on today's troll venture is the troll from Willow,
Yay.
I think I remember that.
which I
That's
remembered,
horrifying.
which I remembered only because I saw the dragon from Willow in the honorable mentions of the dragon video, Arthur.
Yay. Awesome movie, a must see.
Yep. So throughout the course of the movie, there is because I know the least bit about it, but throughout the course of the movie, there is this troll creature that chases the main characters and wants to eat them specifically. I don't know why it doesn't give up after a while. It's a very picky eater, I suppose, as it specifically wants to find them and eat them. And during one point, it does it does reside under bridges and rivers, so it is a fairly semi-aquatic type of creature, you could say, with the shaggy fur. And during one point, it does get defeated by I think it was set on fire, where only this little bit of its corpse was left, and was bulging up to explode. However, after it was pushed into water, this little bubbling piece of flesh, it transformed into this 2-headed dragon creature that could breathe fire, and it was a lot more immense. I don't know how that works. So you burn a troll, and you shove it into water, and it grows into this thing. Also, Z is here. Nice.
Hello, did someone say grow into... Oh, Jesus Christ, is that from
Z.
Willow?
Yes, it is, Z. You got
Yeah,
it.
and now
That's
that Z is here, we're gonna hear about Necron trolls.
You know, we have... I think it's actual trolls, so Necrons won't count.
Yep.
So awesome.
Did we have that annoying musical movie for kids? Yeah, I think we had.
Yes.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
the only one
with
we
the
got out
main
of the way
character.
so far. And then we got to
I
Chris.
I just want to say that the only good thing about that movie is literally the cover of September, because Justin Timberlake.
I see.
That's fair.
Hmm.
So that is as far as my knowledge of the Willow troll. It gets defeated. It's a thing that dwells in aquatic environments. It wants to eat the main characters for some reason, rather than getting other prey.
Yeah.
When it gets burned, it melts into a blob
Well,
of flesh,
so
which,
Chris-
when pushed into water, turns into a dragon.
I'm not sure on my memory. I just
Maybe
know
you got the G virus.
rewatching a little bit of that scene for catching that clip for the video. But I know that Willow, he used the wand, and he didn't know how to use the wand, so it would have random effects, and one of them had the effect. So I think the reason why the trolls turned into this monster wasn't solely their thing, it was because of the effect of the wand, if I'm not mistaken.
so
His
he
magic
wasn't-
wand transformed it into a hideous two-headed monster.
No, so it wasn't fire. The one transformed it into a melted ball of flesh, which,
Okay.
when pushed into water, turned into that.
Yeah, add water.
I see. Okay.
Very much. Very logical.
It's like one of those little toys that you need to put into water so they grow big and you
Yeah.
can hold the toy
Yeah,
down.
those.
I love that idea. I love the idea that when you kill the creature, make sure you kill it on something dry. Do not kill it in rain or near a lake or something, or you'll just get some really bad. That's a pretty fun
Or maybe
concept.
just
Or just burn it to ash.
maybe just don't push it into water.
There you go.
That is also
Or
an
that.
idea.
I mean, you should probably step on it instead, but
Or bury it. Deep.
All right,
deep,
Chris.
deep.
It may poison the earth, though.
hey, if that is the worst
Yeah,
thing
I
you
would
can
imagine
do
it poison the earth.
compared to that giant monster,
Depends how far away the spray goes. Like, let's be honest, a little bit of ground that's poisoned, that's in the middle of nowhere, no one's gonna care about that. But
I
if it's on
mean,
a farmland and
Hey,
it just
that's
keeps going,
this is magic. We don't know when it's going to dissipate.
that's
That-
what they
that's
said
what I'm
about
saying.
that's what they said about the one. Just a single ring. How bad could it be? Yeah.
bad enough.
Speaking of One Ring, did we cover the trolls from
Not
dear
yet.
beloved boy Token? Token?
You mean
I
the
can't
what
pronounce
was it,
it.
Mix
Basically, only
Universe
the
trolls?
movie so far.
No, I'm not
Again?
talking. I'll not be talking about those. The five I want to share are more specific. So this is the first one, the one I know least about, the most obscure, I think. So any questions? As I don't really have anything else to add to this one.
Was the monster a monster or was it a dragon? That's all I want to know.
Arthur classified it as a dragon in the honorable mentions of the biggest dragons video, so I guess it is a dragon. It does breathe fire.
Alright.
Well, that's one of the
If it has
reasons
wings,
why it was the
dragon,
honorable mention, because it is referred to, if you look it up, as a, I forgot the name exactly. It's called an Ebelesque, something like that. But they call it the two-headed dragon. But again, I don't know if that's within the movie itself. So
I better go now, guys. I'll see you later.
Have a good
see you,
time.
Gargi. Have a good one.
Bye.
So yeah. All right, Chris. If you're ready for the next one.
All right, the next ones I'd like to mention are the, I think these might be more obscure than the Willow Troll, but I'm more familiar with them to an extent. The trolls from The Voyage of the Unicorn.
Voyage of the Unicorn? What?
Voyage of the Unicorn, a movie that is grossly underappreciated in my opinion.
Yeah, Chris, after you mentioned that in the writing, I figured I have to see this movie. I think I couldn't get any images of the dragon from this one.
Well, we are technically talking about trolls, but here is the image
Wait
of
a
the...
second, is that... I think I saw this one in German.
I don't know about in German. This is the dragon from Voyage of the...
Nice. That's a cool creation.
Theo.
I believe it's certainly not an
Well,
American
yes.
movie.
That's disgusting.
Yep, so these trolls are the main force behind that is trying to destroy the magical realm, essentially, as they're trying to enslave everything to work for them. And you could say they're the army of the dark evil force that is taking everything over. And the plot of the movie is that a family, a father and his two daughters, I believe, are transported into this mystical world of fiction as something the never-ending story, but they're literally inside the pages.
Nice.
And they meet a colorful cast of characters, among which a minotaur. And actually,
I remember his
think
horns getting chopped off.
yes, sadly, at this one point of the movie, the Minotaur, which is this one, gets captured and enslaved by the trolls, and for disobedience, they chop off one of his horns with an axe.
Love it.
Is it
Now-
painful?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know, it's just a body part. It's like a giant nail chipped off.
Yes, it hurts
That's
a lot
what I'm
because
saying is when I chip off my nail, it's no pain.
I don't
Oh,
And
know.
again, rhino horns have a lot of what is it?
I was
Flesh
trying to
and
make a
nerves
joke
inside.
about I don't
Organs?
know.
yeah, the horns actually have flesh and nerves inside of them. They important.
Okay, then it hurt.
Yes,
Yep.
a lot. And among them, they also meet some. Wait, what the fuck? Wait.
Didn't that one guy get a stone that allowed him to look at the Medusa?
No, yes, they do also meet with Medusa, which one of the cooler designs for her that I've seen in movies actually. And she and the father of the girls actually kind of start having a thing together, and they bring her along as a friend because they give her sunglasses. And if you
Made
don't know
from a
Derek,
magical stone that ensures that she doesn't, turn people into
That's
stone.
cool. It
I
seems
don't
so
remember that
much.
part.
Even though
I,
go ahead, guys.
It's kind of funny because I actually remember seeing this movie.
I
Nice.
do
Yeah, it's-
too, but I can't remember. It was in German, so I can't remember anything.
it's one of those movies that I vividly remember watching as a child, and for years I was not able to find out the name of. Last year I managed to figure out it was Voyage of the Unicorn. And so, the trolls are trying to basically take over everything, bring enslaved people and everything into darkness. And the only way to stop them was to resurrect the dragon, which was done when they carried its skull to the place where all of its bones were and recited an incantation. It was done by one of the daughters, and they are not particularly impressed. They're essentially similar to the orcs from Tolkien, where they're just big, strong, ugly, and nasty. They revel in filth and desire only battle, nastiness, and that type of stuff. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I like the definitely awesome practical work here. I like the variety and the trolls as well. There's even a porcadillo troll right there.
The Arthur has entered the circle. Once you get in there, now Porcolio will be part of your daily vocabulary, Arthur.
I see. I am cursed. I'm wondering, because I know this movie's not that old. It's not like from the 80s or even 90s. I'm wondering if it came
Actually,
out.
I think it's from there.
Is it? Can we look that up? It's a Voyage of the Unicorn, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me.
Drum roll, please.
Looks like you found a lot of the images off of Amazon too, so that would have helped. So it's 2001, so it isn't that old. It's actually after the Lord of the Rings. Because I was wondering if it was
19 years.
before. The way it looks, it looks like it came before Lord of the Rings, and it could have even inspired the quality of Lord of the Rings. But actually, it's the opposite. Lord of the Rings came first. They still did an awesome job.
If it came out after Lord of the Rings, it's kind of a rip-off of it, because
Right.
the trolls in it are basically the Urukai.
Yeah,
I will admit that.
Yep, looks like it. Although,
And Rumpelstiltskin is a spirit creature type of thing, I believe.
okay. It looks also, what is it? Percy, it reminds me of the Percy Jackson movies, just better. It's more practical effects.
Yes,
The
definitely.
Medusa
Better.
looks more interesting as a companion rather than the Percy Jackson stuff.
Oh.
I mean, as far as being a clip gatherer for my content, Percy Jackson movies are great for that. There are some cool creations. The movies themselves, I haven't seen the latest one still with the Manticore, but they have a damn Manticore in it, and I do appreciate that kind of
I
thing.
remember only watching one movie. Are
Mhm.
there more? Are there others?
There's two, I think.
Yes, there's a second one as far as I know.
Yeah, with a damn Manticore. You don't see Manticores too much in movies, so and that one's obviously done well because it's high budget. It's done decent. So yeah, if you get a chance, check out the Percy Jackson movies. Let me know what you think. They're not the worst. They're
Yeah, I mean,
just they are what they
there's
are.
Harry Potter, so yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Harry Potter exists, I think nothing can get worse than that.
So, Jono, I think Chris was saying Rumpelstiltskin within this movie is a troll, but Rumpelstiltskin himself.
I don't remember Rumpelstiltskin being in this movie. I'm just saying that the Rumpelstiltskin himself, the actual creature, is not a troll.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he was actually. I need to find that movie and rewatch it again.
I think we all do.
It was good.
We all love those old movies we really want to watch again.
I'm
So
still
two-
looking for some kind of cartoon that has a kingdom turning upside down. and a lot of hair.
Huh?
Nobody shaves, and that is the plot of the game.
Nice. A lot of hair. Sounds like a dream. So there you guys have it. 2 movies so far that you have to see. Fantasy movies. Voyage of the Unicorn and Willow.
I mean, both are good movies. If you know German.
You can find them in English, I'm pretty sure. Because when I watched it, it was on basically on cable TV and was in Bulgaria.
I
watched.
When I watched that movie that Chris talked about, I remember renting it as a DVD.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it's probably out there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's one of
Hi.
those.
You probably have to order it online by now. I
I'm
mean,
sorry
it is
if I'm
over
a bit
15 years
weird.
old.
If anything, you
I'm
guys can
still
torrent
sick,
it.
and I really don't feel so good.
Uh-oh. He's turning into a troll.
Maybe you should go sleep.
All right, Chris, let's proceed to number 3.
All right, the number 3, since we've done movies, it's time to bring it a bit more to the gaming sphere, and so something more recognizable, and of course it is Warhammer Trolls.
Oh god, those things are disgusting.
See, there is a wide variety of trolls, however, the most common variant that you'll come across is the ever-beloved rock troll.
Love them.
They usually hang around mountains and of deep woods. Now, trolls are by nature creatures of chaos. They are not natural, and they go about consuming people and other stuff, dwarfs, elves, whatever they can come across. However, that's the thing though. While a troll can easily kill you and eat you, it's also rather difficult because they are unbelievably stupid.
I
Like,
don't believe have regeneration.
I'll get to that, but
Add fire.
dare I even say retarded? And yes, they have among the trolls that I've mentioned, and that is a troll I'll be talking about a little later. They have incredible regenerative abilities, like even decapitation they can survive. However, if you burn them alive, because fire stopped regeneration, or if you impale their hearts, that's how you kill them.
Hang on.
But their other thing, in addition to them being incredibly dumb, is that they don't really hide. They wander around, just trampling everything, making lots of noise, and they stink a lot. It's very. While it's easy for a troll to eat you, it is hard for that to happen because by the time a troll is seen, you should have, if not heard, then at the very least smelled a troll and known to run in the other
seen.
direction before it can spot you.
Because they look
So-
quite large.
Chris, I know you don't play these games, but does it have rule effects because of that within the game?
Sorry.
It probably does. Z does. Do you know if this has any rule effects of the game? The
Which
regeneration.
one? Oh,
The
yeah,
troll.
of course. Regeneration in Warhammer Fantasy was basically like a feel no pain.
Right.
You made a roll after your save, and if you couldn't save it, you would basically roll again to see if you regenerated the
Yeah,
wound.
yeah. No, I know that regeneration does, but the smell, is there a effect like it can't go into stealth mode or something? It can't surprise a
I
troop?
don't know. I thought it was regeneration.
Hmm.
That should definitely have an
And-
effect then, if they have that strong of a smell.
I mean,
And
I know an interesting fact about trolls. They have short names. The shorter the name, the more how do I say this?
stupid.
Masculine the troll is.
the
The more higher status it has.
Yeah, stronger.
A long name seems to be like cowardly.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's not in particular in Warhammer specifically, though. One thing that is common for trolls is that they are very brutish and violent creatures. This one depicts a rock troll fighting a crypt horror, which is basically a giant ghoul.
Nice.
And because of that, they often mesh along quite well with orc hordes, because orcs are also not particularly bright, definitely smarter than trolls though, but equally, if not even more violent. And oftentimes, troll will just lumber behind alongside orc hordes, eating whatever scraps they leave. And
Often grots. Often
E-
gremlins.
the tiny goblin things. And eventually, some orcish tribes and hordes just like tame them and bring them along into battle alongside themselves.
Taming them is a
Nice.
strong term.
Yeah, you could say that. But In addition to, as I said, they were one of the easiest way to avoid trolls is by smelling them. However,
Hmm.
that is before that, the one ability that all trolls share is that they are able to vomit. Oh, that's a great meme. I highly appreciate it. That gets a watermelon. Uh, Trolls have the ability to vomit out their the substance within their guts,
which is
which
highly
is
corrosive.
yeah, it may like it can melt steel basically, and they can use it as
Nice.
a weapon if necessary. Now, as I mentioned, one of the easiest ways to avoid a troll is to just smell it and just turn in the other direction. That, however, is very hard to do with the other a cousin type of the species, the river troll. These
Yay.
ones are considered very much so more dangerous. And yeah, Z, I wish you a good evening. And that's why battle barges have to have a lot
I see.
of guards on them. And as you can see here, a gentleman in the middle is getting his face melted by this one. And
Yay.
now they are basically essentially just as strong and just as durable and have the same healing factor and the same acidic ability as their rock troll kin. However, the big difference is they live inside rivers, lakes, and just generally stay underwater for long periods of time, which completely negates their smell, so you can't smell them. And
Nice.
oftentimes, as you can see, sludge and weeds will grow on them, and they would just appear like a large rock within a body of water. So unsuspecting barges and boats will just swim past them, and when they least expect it, boom, there's a troll. And trolls are the more they become, the more dangerous the closer they are to you, and one just erupting from the water like a hippopotamus right next to you or right underneath you, that's a bad place to be.
Awesome.
However, the most, how to put it, dangerous manner of troll, which you could say the most volatile, as previously mentioned, they are creatures of chaos, unnaturally formed in the world. Or those are all of the trolls that live on the more main side continental parts of the world. Up in the far north, where the powers of chaos actually rule, and these creatures have remained, when they experience a wound and regenerate with their healing factors, they also mutate, gaining mutation every time they're wounded, essentially, and they are properly chaos trolls.
Mm.
Their healing factors are far superior to that of normal trolls. They are a lot more tougher, resistant, bigger, stronger, and as you can see with all of the
Yeah.
mutations they get from this bottom image, they are a scary thing to come against.
Yeah.
And unlike normal trolls that have acid vomit, whenever these trolls vomit, they basically spew out warp energy, literal
Nice.
chaos magic stuff.
So it's
So
assimilative.
yeah, not assimilative, but literally they're showering you with antimatter to normal things that live in the material universe, you could
Oh
say.
wow. Okay.
And among the Chaos Trolls, there is one particular who stands above all else. Let me just find the appropriate
Ooh, I love that artwork.
image.
I love that image, the third one from the bottom that you put up before that concept
Uh,
one. That's a beautiful artwork
oh,
right there.
it is.
Ooh, that is gorgeous.
And the biggest badass of them all among the Chaos Trolls has got to be none other than the King of Winter's Tooth, Throg the Troll King, King
Hmm.
of Troll Country.
He looks intense.
So, he is basically the biggest troll that has been known to live in the Warhammer world.
Ooh.
He lives off to the west of Kislev, which is basically the Warhammer world's version of Russia and Poland mixed together, basically. All the Slavic stuff.
Hmm.
And he used to be a wee old troll who walked around in the chaos wastes up north and got a pretty bad. As you can see, he is riddled with mutations from getting wounds and regenerating. But in one of his travels, he got particularly severely wounded on the head, and as his head regenerated, he gained the mutation of being pretty freaking smart, like even
Nice.
smarter than most people. So he
Damn.
managed to. He left to the Chaos Wastes and settled in Troll Country, which is the aforementioned area west of Kislev. And there he started to basically, he established it as his own place. He claimed the property. Hippity hoppity, this is now my property. And as
Cool.
he did so, he began remodeling the place, creating himself a deep den where he would live and feast, and he would and attract other trolls to him, who would basically submit to him because he would overpower them. And pretty scary dude, as eventually many people started going just
Nice.
to try to get rid of him. But whenever an army was set against him, he'd basically ambush them, which is something no one expects a troll to do, with organized forces of the various trolls that he has gathered, among which you can also find something that I completely forgot. Frost trolls are also a thing. They're
Hmm.
essentially in a similar way to chaos trolls, but they are more ice oriented,
Oh, I
where they've
see.
mutated to embrace, as they live in the colder places of the world, they have mutated to kind of embrace the local surrounding, you could say, and they have an ice breath. And so Trog managed to get himself a couple of artifacts, actually, as one of the people who tried to kill him once was a king of a local small land, I believe, which Trog killed and ate. And if you can see in the artworks on his big tusk, because he couldn't wear the crown that the king had, but he really liked it because it was shiny, he instead put it as a ring on his big tusk. So if you, for example, click on the image that is above the first frost troll image and look at the big tusk, you can see the crown there, and that is the crown of Wintertooth, which is not known if it had any magical properties of its own, or if just by virtue of being next to a warp creature obtained it.
Awesome.
But with this crown, Trog can basically bend the will of animals, beasts, and monsters around him to his own. So you could say he has a hive mind where he controls the brains and sees and feels through them of all the monsters under his service.
Damn.
Hey,
Quite a
Bethany.
powerful entity.
Hey, dude.
Hey.
Yep. And
Hail.
Kinda.
as he did gain the favor of the Chaos Gods, and they gifted him with his weapon, the huge mallet that you're able to see, which is now infused with dark magics, and that
Awesome.
makes him potent.
All right, Chris. I have a question here. Looking at his
Mhm.
belly, it looks like it's almost stitched up, but it's not. But it looks like teeth. So what's going on there?
Oh, his belly is also a mouth.
It is. I
So
love it.
he can
Yummy.
vomit from his mouth and from his belly mouth, and he can also spit from there and eat through there.
Awesome. So his name is Throg. Yes.
Yes,
See, guys, this is
Throg the Troll King.
why I say it's hard to be a monster lover without loving trolls. If you look at that creation there, that is chaos in beautiful natural form. Is that all, Chris?
That is for the Warhammer trolls, unless he has a question.
Oh, damn. So that was your second. I
That
thought
was
you
my
were on your
third.
fifth.
No, that was my third. I have two more to go through.
Oh, crap. Okay. Let's go.
All right, and the next one is by far the most recognizable, I believe. It is the trolls from World of Warcraft.
There we go.
The
Thank you,
game that
Chris,
I've
for not
been
making it
obsessing
first to be too
over
predictable.
Yeah. The game I've been obsessing over for the past like few months. And the trolls are objectively the best race in World of Warcraft. I will fight anyone on that.
He looks like a goblin.
Oh no, goblins are much smaller. These guys are like almost 3 meters tall, but they look shorter because they're
20 nose,
hunched.
20 ears.
Yeah.
Goblin.
Yes. I see. The trolls are actually, unlike humans, dwarfs, orcs, gnomes, and most of the other races in Warcraft, trolls are one of the actually native species to the planet, along with taurens and actual goblins. That they have the signature tusks, which you can see displayed here. And after they emerged as a living organism after the Titans basically liberated the planet from the influence of the old gods, which are Cthulhu monsters, basically. Gods and monsters fighting each other. And after them, the trolls are the ones who managed to create the biggest empire spanning the world, which eventually, unfortunately, split into many different empires due to shenanigans, and mostly because of the advent of elves. And on the topic of elves, in the World of Warcraft setting, elves are actually trolls because they evolved from them. And that's why the elves in Warcraft have pointy ears, is because trolls had pointy ears. However, elves decided that they were more sophisticated, more high end, just because they mutated after drinking a whole lot of magical Kool Aid that turned them into purple hippies, a pasty mana addicts, and isolation furries, as well as fish people. Yeah, elves
Okay.
are kind of dumb. They should have gone back to being trolls.
Hmm.
And similarly with Warhammer, these ones possess of regeneration, though to a considerably less degree. They're able to heal minor wounds, and with years, maybe they can regenerate lost fingers, limbs, but they are far more mortal, nothing comparing to the healing factor of the Warhammer trolls. However, unlike the Warhammer trolls, these trolls are actually have the same intelligence level as humans, and individuals among them possibly even more. So they are a sentient take on trolls that is not necessarily evil and can use magic, tactics, weaponry, can actually make their own weaponry, and also make use of bargains with Loa, which are essentially spirits and deities found among the world of Azeroth, which most trolls or tribes have are dedicated to a Loa or have multiple Loas, with which from which they draw power. And also, most of them have managed to actually tame dinosaurs and have them as battle mounts, pets, and assisting creatures. So that is also pretty damn swell.
I want to be a troll.
Yep.
Nice. That looks a bit more Warhammery.
And so those are the Trolls of Warcraft. I could probably go on a lot. Spend any more time. Does anyone have any particular questions?
I guess you're good to go.
All right. And lastly, the last trolls, which are my personal favorite, that I would like to speak about, is if I can just find a properly good image. That would be the trolls from Homestuck, my personal particular favorites, where they are an alien species to humanity. And yes, Procrastitron, I see that reaction.
They look like Eskimos.
That was a little bit me.
Weirdly enough, they are an alien insectoid species, so they are actual insects rather than a more fleshy type of creature.
So
Where
they're
they do,
beetles.
oh no, more like larva, as they by far have the most intriguing way of reproduction. As it all starts with a bucket. Then you take two trolls who love or hate each other, and they provide genetic material in said bucket, which then an Imperial AI drone collects and brings
What the
together
fuck?
to a giant moth monster, which is into which the mix of genetic material is inserted, and the moth monster then uh, lays eggs from which troll larvae spawn, and said larvae have to basically go around and try not to die until they're adopted by another manner of monster that has the same blood color as them, and that monster raises them to maturity, at which point they shed their larval state and actually turn into their humanoid state.
Hmm.
And specifically on the topic of blood, that is as they do have they're technically split into subspecies that have different blood colors, and each blood color determines the capability of a troll. That also displays their social standing, and as they are a very hierarchical imperialist structure of a society that is exceptionally brutal, with murder and all manner of bad stuff being seen as mandatory amongst them, so that to show off status and maintain relationships and whatnot. At the very bottom of society, we have the Rust Bloods, who have the dark red blood. They live the shortest lives. They have very faint and almost insignificant telepathic, not telekinetic powers. However, they are spawned in the biggest numbers. But as mentioned, they live the shortest lives. Above them, you have the Bronze Bloods, whose blood that is in the hierarchy of how was the exact word I'm trying to remember? The hemospectrum, in which their society is based. In the totem pole above them, the Bronze Bloods have a way of telepathically communing and taking over the minds of animals and monsters that are not sentient, essentially, or things that are not humanoid, you could say. If it is some manner of beast, they can take over its mind. Above those, you have the mustard or yellow bloods, who have a duality to them as they are incredibly intellectually gifted, but and have a psychic potency of just any manner of psychic powers, most often the energetic kind. Due to their and they often suffer from split personality disorder or are very dual in their uh, manifestations as individuals. Above them, you have the olive bloods, or slightly dark green ones, who are arguably the most feral among the trolls, as they tend to live outside of bounds of normal society and more into the wilderness. Above them, you have the jade blooded ones, who are, I do believe, all exclusively female, and they are the only ones who share the same blood color of the moth monsters that lay troll eggs. And those moth monsters tend to raise them, and they in turn help the moth monsters spread and develop themselves. They're kind of the caretakers of the bedrock of troll reproductive society, you could say. Above them, you have the teal bloods, do not have any particular abilities. However, they do make for great trackers, and they're very assertive. And while they're technically the middle class of troll society, they do fulfill the minor administrative roles, or they can get into the legal business as legal lacerators, which are basically lawyers that are also bounty hunters. It's a very fine profession. Above them, you have the first of the aristocracy, not really nobility, but entering into those high fields, the cerulean or blue bloods, who are the most snobby and you could say conniving among the troll bloods, as they do have the power to mind control other trolls and actually influence their minds on their own. Above them, we have the indigo bloods, the proper nobility. They are the ones who make admirals, commanders, and are very highly respected. They can vary quite a lot themselves, but their biggest traits are that they're long lived and they're stupid strong. For example, the first indigo blooded character troll introduced in Homestuck, he literally builds his own army of robots against which he fights barefisted just because he wants some guy to challenge. We're talking that level of strength. And they're also exceptionally durable, as he does this on a daily basis and is not that particularly damaged. They're all about honor, being uptight, and serving their purpose in society, and strength, you could say. Above them comes the by far weirdest among the troll casts, the Purple Bloods, who are all indoctrinated into the cult of the subjugulators, which is essentially clowns. They are murder clowns that spread joy, merriment, by going on murder tours through other places. So it's good to keep them subdued as much as possible. And oftentimes they are as subjugulators. If they rise high enough in the favor of the leader of the species, they can be appointed as judges or similar such positions. To they basically handle justice, which is very cruel and funny because that's what the leader of the species likes. She finds them hilarious, especially in the position of judicial officials. And those are all of the land. The main blood castes are both aquatic dwelling, the violet blooded ones, who have they have an aptitude for learning quite a lot and being they're not as strong as the purple or indigo blooded ones physically. However, they're still surpass all of the others. They are a lot more long lived, and their closeness to the final blood cause that gives them the majority of their uh, political clout in the hemospectrum, you could say, which are the Fuchiha bloods, who are also exclusively female, and there's always two among them: the Empress, the one who leads the entire troll population, and the heiress, the one that is eventually destined to challenge the current empress and either dethrone her or get yeeted and murdered. And these, the Fuchiha blooded ones, they basically have all of the powers of all of the troll castes combined in them and also amplified, and they can live for thousands. There hasn't really been given a specific time frame for which they pass on through. I don't. They're actually functionally immortal, from what I know, meaning they can't die of old age. Meaning if a particularly vicious empress ever rises, she can go through many ARSs to rival her before they are swapped out.
All right, Chris. What lore is this again? From where?
Homestuck. It is a webcomic. Everyone should read it. It's
I see.
glorious.
Homestuck, the webcomic, everybody. Big shout out to that one by Chris. They should be paying you
It
for
will
that,
ruin
Chris.
your life, but it is no. It's free to read. It will ruin your life, but
I've got so many questions.
What did you say? They'll ruin your. It'll ruin your life, but what?
it's worth it.
I see.
The Homestuck webcomic is the
Hmm.
ancient text of the internet, as in the peak of the internet from 2008 through 2016 is where when it took place.
All right. Time for a couple quick questions if you guys have. So, does anybody have any quick questions?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead, dog.
Oh, excuse you. Can I start?
Yes. Go ahead.
All right, I've got 3 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm lagging, I'm going to say all of them at once. First of all, you said something about 2 of them have to give DNA. Does this mean 2 males, 2 females? Does it really matter?
Whatever
Or
one
just 2 random guys? My
unlike
second question.
unlike the human species, trolls can literally reproduce with any of the species. Their reproduction is more tied to their interpersonal relations rather than the biology. Most pairs will still prefer, a male-female pairing, but it's perfectly fine for 2 males or 2 females to create offspring. They just need to
Interesting.
provide genetic material that is mixed together and then implanted into a giant moth monster that lays eggs.
That sounds so
Alrighty.
wrong.
All right, doggy, number 2.
All right, number 2 is. Yes, this echo is bothering me. Like the parents, their DNA affect the color of the blood? Like, does red bloods give red bloods, or is it random?
Yes, and the blood does affect kind of particular what the spawning will be, as the as the higher the on the hemospectrum the trolls are, the higher blood is more rare, but the quality of the end offspring is higher. That's why the rust bloods, the dark red ones, are the most common. found whilst as you go up the hemo spectrum, they become more rare as a population. But they balance their dictatorial, essentially enslavement of the lower classes by just being so much better.
Okay. All right. Is that all, Doc Danza?
Yeah, I can't remember the last question.
Uh,
This
we had a
echo's bothering me.
we had a question, Chris, from the chat, and I was wondering as well. Do the zodiac symbols, do they have effects or mean anything?
Yeah, so they are, while to humans they seem zodiac,
Mm-hmm.
particular caste symbols. There's a wide variety of them. If anyone is interested, Google Homestuck Extended Zodiac to find out your extended zodiac symbol, where each blood caste has its own set of symbols that describe that eventually the individual troll grows into, and once they discover their sign, they bear it as both a badge of honor of who they are and to represent their caste.
Alrighty. Cool. I think we need a troll emoji here, a quality troll emoji. I think a troll emoji that stands as a internet troll and a real troll as well. That would be a great one if you guys can ever find something like that out there.
You should just put in a Carcat emoji that fits.
Which one's that?
For the record, Carcat is the mutant of the main cast of trolls that we fit. He is a very brightly red-blooded one, as he is a descendant of a particular rebel leader. Yeah, trolls who are mutants or have different color bloods or just want to remain anonymous in troll society instead use the gray color for their symbol and don't really have a sign of their own.
I see.
So they kind of use it as a means of being socially anonymous.
Cool. All right, Chris, are you done trolling for today?
Yes.
Thank you, Chris. That was quite a few trolls there for everybody to think about when you're thinking about trolls next time. We should replace that with...
I'm not even going to get into the way that...
We
Unlike
can...
us petty humans, they have entire 4 spheres of how romance...
We could probably do an episode 2 of trolls, to be honest. It'd be quite easy. Okay, let's move on to the next person. We're already an hour and 15 in. Let's spin that wheel. No worries. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Here we go. Chris has researched share. Donde's next. Donde, what do you have for us?
Okay, for today I decided to pick one from a movie that I saw as a kid.
Nice. Anybody can guess before it loads? Any guesses?
It is Trantor the Troll from Ernest.
Ugly.
Awesome.
I was
He
thinking
has
of this.
2 noses,
I can see.
beady eye.
Is that the one that is so bad it's good? Hello?
I'm not sure,
Really?
but
I haven't seen that movie in
but
years.
anyways,
Awesome.
Trantor is a troll who back in the day would capture kids and turn them into little wooden statues just to increase his power. And if he
Nice.
collects a certain amount, he could allow the trees to create these spores that would plant themselves into the ground like seeds so he can grow more trolls. And he gets resurrected. What?
I've seen this movie somewhere. When it was like maybe.
Yeah. He gets entrapped underneath a tree by Ernest's great grandfather. And the troll places a curse on him that all his descendants will get stupid with each coming year. So it goes to Ernest, and he takes these kids because their haunted house gets destroyed by some bullies into a forest right behind a lady called Lady Hackmore, who has the tree in full watch because of what happened years ago. And he takes the kids to this tree and builds their tree house with them on this area. And she gets mad and tells them that this whole dark past about the troll, and that if he's with this tree and says these words like, "Here I relieve Trantor," or something like that, he will release it. And as he tells the kids this, he actually does this and releases the troll by accident.
Not a high IQ move.
Yeah, he's fairly dumb. But anyways, as they try to capture the troll starts turning kids into little wooden statues, and these pods start to grow off the trees. And
Awesome.
the troll can like sneak into people's houses and mimics people's voices. Like he even confused one kid that he was like this one of his friends inside of this old pipe tunnel. And when he turned around, it like grabbed that kid right there and turned him into a little wooden doll.
Cool.
But then this movie, the trolls are weakened by milk for some reason because it's representation of a mother's love. And near the end of the movie, Tantor gets too powerful for milk, so the only thing that could defeat him is love.
Uh-huh.
I think Ernest has a little bit of some troll features to himself. He could play a good troll. What do you guys think of the design and everything?
It is definitely unique and original.
I like it. I like the
Well, yeah.
double nose.
The reasoning for that is because years later, because my brother pointed out, he said they look kind of like the clowns from Killer Clowns.
Hmm.
And it turns out the Chido brothers, who made Killer Clowns, actually made the troll costumes in here, and they even reused some of the Killer Clowns.
Awesome.
Like that one I posted, it was actually a Killer Clown from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I could see that. Yep. Very cool. Hey, Kiss is one of them. Forgot what I was going to say.
Yes, that's how he defeats Trantor, by dancing with him and then kissing him.
Aw.
Give
Trolls to
floats.
me,
Yeah.
just like
Weird flex, but okay.
Hmm.
I guess.
just like frogs and amphibians are some of the first animals to be affected by pollution. You know, they'll grow extra legs and things. I think in the monster world, trolls are one of the first ones that would be affected by pollution and any instability in nature, as they already have that look, like his double nose. You could easily imagine them being quickly affected. They seem so I don't know if sensitive with nature, but so in tune with the surroundings biologically. Cool. Thank you, Donde. I like that one.
Yes.
Anyone?
And because it's not so bright, I just want to point this one part out because I kind of think it's kind of funny. He mistakes the word milk because it's kind of ruined in the book he's looking at. I think the letter L is missing. He mistakes it for miak. And then so he buys authentic Bulgarian miak and tries to use it against the troll.
And what is miak? Bulgarian miak?
Are you sure it's Bulgarian? Because I don't. We have here with that name.
What is miak supposed to be, Donde?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Okay. All right. While he looks that up, we'll go to the next one. Anybody? I heard some people have seen this movie. Is it worth watching?
I only seen it years ago.
If you
From what I
like,
recall-
Louis says he loves that Ernest movie.
Oh, this is one of those movies that's so bad that it's good.
I think so. It does have that vibe to it for sure.
It's kind of like The Room.
It looks like a good watch with a couple of buddies that
Yeah,
are
it turns out
moviegoers.
that miak isn't actually a real beverage, but I
Ah.
guess after this movie came out, people have started making drinks called authentic Bulgarian miak.
And
So
that
I'm not really sure what it is.
awesome.
Are you okay, do you have a picture of what the thing is supposed to be, or?
Well, it's not real, so it's just movie
Yeah,
lore.
it's not real.
That's great. So it puts it more into the cult level of movies.
That would explain it because we don't have anything called miak.
Yeah. I was thinking it's like yak milk or something, but there's no yaks
We don't
there.
have yaks here.
Right.
We only have European bison here, but they are
posting like an image
domesticated.
Yeah, I think that little
Yes,
effect. Nice. Miak.
Authentic Bulgarian. Oh yeah, nothing like that. Authentic Bulgarian. can
The,
cut
is that
nothing
even
like
the
that.
drink? The drink of true monster.
I
It's
don't
probably
remember what movie it was, but I think before he had an evil twin.
Yeah, some movie like
that
that.
was
Yep.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
You just got it.
It was long ago. That's like the one thing I sort of remember from it.
Cool. This looks like, yeah, like almost cult level movie, like bad it's good, like the other Trolls movie, the one that everybody always mentions when they mention bad movies.
I
Okay.
think
It's
this
one
is
of
the
the-
one.
Any questions for Dande as I spin the wheel? Alrighty. Dande, you don't have to kiss anyone anymore. You're off the wheel. Let's spin it and see what's up. Oh, what the hell happened there? Oh, okay, it just loaded. Alright, here we go. And it's spinning. It's Beth, Rain, Pro, JMPF, Darth, Jono. Jono, it's finally your turn. Now you can share your official thing.
I don't have a troll.
She doesn't have a troll. Okay, we'll just take her off the wheel. All right, Jono. What you got for us? Better be good. Your favorite troll. Let's see if it's big. Let's see if it's big. I'm expecting something big from Jono. Jono. Is it going to be a troll itself? I hope not.
Probably just a picture of him.
Right. There we go. It's a troll itself. Thanks, Jono.
Guess it.
And we
It's
can't
first
disagree with
troll.
that one, totally. Although Pro's been
I had
pretty
a
good
feeling it
lately.
was going to be that.
Well, it's the biggest one of them all.
Pro?
Is that a robot?
That's Procrastitron.
Yeah, that's Pro.
It is. He's like a character.
So, Jono, you don't have anything monster-wise? Come on, Jono. You already shared
Sorry,
some
I
while
gave
we
you
were
all-
talking. Oh, okay.
Aw.
Your real favorites. Okay, let's see what you got.
Still, though,
That was a
your
good
beams
one.
appreciated.
Miak.
I want that shirt.
I don't know how to feel about this, knowing that
Right. Yep. It's nice that we have an actual Bulgarian here to share this with us.
well, you are welcome.
Can't upload the photos. That was good. That was good. All right, there we go for the movie Troll Hunter. Okay, here. Do you have a favorite one from the movie, Jono? You might as well share that one, because I think people are going to share this one more. I'm not sure. It is a cool movie. It's an awesome movie. I have a little single video on our channel that I made acting like it's me live watching this troll and holding the camera in my hand, but it's just a clip from the movie, and some people are like, oh, that's a movie scene. That's not real. It was pretty obvious, but anyway, I just made a little edit like that, like I'm actually holding the camera and watching this troll beat the hell out of this guy. It was one of the scenes of the movie. If you guys can find that, have fun. It's one of my older videos. Got a pretty decent amount of views just because troll. So I think
Trolling.
I saw this one scene from the movie where there was a troll on a bridge that knocked the ever living. But I didn't watch the movie because it wasn't a different.
I like the troll in the first Witcher game, or the second. Don't remember. There was a cool one there. So Jono, this is the big one. I think this is the biggest one. It's the giant one that like chases their car or something. Witcher 2 and 3. So this one's your favorite then. Good. You chose a big one then. As a kaiju lover, I was expecting that from you. Awesome movie, guys. If definitely, I don't know, I'd love to see a part 2 of it. It's not an American movie, hence it's got passion to it, not just a quick sellout. A lot of different trolls. I love the variety. Pretty awesome how they filmed it. They're troll hunters. It's like following a bunch of tornado hunters, you know? What are those called? Storm hunters? That just go out and chase tornadoes, you know, to film them, get as close as possible. That's what these guys do. They go out to find these trolls, and it's like, you know, hand cam recorded at points. It's pretty cool, though. Pretty awesome CGI effects and everything. And they have a bit of actual troll lore within the movie, like changing into stone and stuff like that. Definitely worth a check out. So our third movie on the list, I think that's a must-see, is Troll Hunter. Thank you, Jono. Any questions to Jono? Anything? Or
Is this movie in a more modern setting?
yeah, it's current day. That's why they have the cameras and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
So
present time.
yeah, present.
Yeah, it's a film crew following around this guy that you're not sure of, I think, or he's called a troll hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I have to rewatch it again.
Yeah, something like that. They didn't believe him at first or something. Norwegian trolls. What country was this? Is this a Norwegian film? I think it may be. Norway? Yep. Cool. Awesome.
From what I can remember, the plot is they are like students
Mm-hmm.
that like they met this guy randomly in what was for project. I can't really remember.
Yeah.
But then they like got taken in by him to see what he does. They didn't believe him at first, if I can remember correctly. Then as they went, they saw how he took care of the trolls, like how he dealt with them, how he hunted them down and started believing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can really remember.
And what about the trolls? Other than turning to stone, are they just big and strong, or is there anything more to them?
Their biology is basically random because there's one that's like got one big arm and it's round, bulgy, but it doesn't have a second arm. Then there's one with 2 heads or 3 heads. Three heads. It's skinny and tall.
Yeah, there's
You
a
got
good
the
variety
giant
of
one
them.
that you saw in the image.
Regeneration's a thing too. I think that's mentioned. Yeah, no, it's just a good watch. I'd say as far as monster movies go, that's got to be on the top because I don't have that many, and there isn't that many good actual monster movies. I'd have to say this is definitely a pretty good one. So, all right, shout out to that. Yeah, I definitely want to rewatch this. Best troll movie out there, by far, I'd say, since there aren't many. All right. Thank you, Jono. Anything else? Go ahead and share it. I'm going to spin the wheel. Let's see who's going to make out with a troll next. Keep changing what I'm saying there. So you get what I say when I spin you. There you go. Makes any sense. Donzo, Beth, JMPF, Darth, Doc Donzo, Louis, Beth. Okay, Beth, you sure don't have anything, right?
I don't have anything.
I told you there's a good one in the game you're playing. You're playing Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls have their, three-eyed trolls?
They're regular trolls and the frost trolls. I forgot about that.
They're pretty awesome there, too. Maybe somebody will mention them, so let's see. I'm not going to ruin it.
Where else?
I just don't know how to explain them because I hardly know anything about them.
Just put pictures up and we'll gawk at them. Okay. By the way, Darth's going to be next. So, Darth, go ahead and get ready with your info or images. And what is this picture? Is this a witch? What is this one? The rock troll?
That's from
The Witcher. Nice. That's awesome. Look at that arm. Rocky arm. Man, gotta love them. Witcher 3 trolls are cool, for sure. Every freaking monster in Witcher 3 is awesome. They did a great... just a great cover of all the monsters to make them look original and still true to their source and awesome. Witcher's amazing work. So yeah, here are the trolls of the Elder Scrolls. Take a look at those guys. They stood out always to me due to their 3 eyes. It's very rare to see trolls with multi-eyes.
They're like the most annoying animals or creatures I go through.
They are. They're tough and they're quick.
Also, there's this one that's also in the game. I don't know much about it.
Ooh.
Yes, if you go into the Dark Brotherhood quest line, eventually you get a new hideout, and you have to leave through the secret passageway of said hideout, and in the secret passageway, this one is the special one that's made its home there.
Nice.
Its eyes look a little swollen.
Okay, guys, I have about 30 minutes, a little bit more maybe. So we're gonna try to cruise through the rest here.
I'm sorry for eating up the entire stream.
Jono, it depends where you put that picture. Because I could definitely see me having that reaction at times during this Monstercast.
Don't worry about it. You gave most of the info, but you also gave most of the detail. Like most of the trolls you talked about, I've never even seen or heard of. So
Yeah. All right,
What?
Darth Phoenix. My troll is the Pokemon from the new game called Grimmsnarl. It is a fairy dark type. Fairy, not very. Fairy dark type, and he attacks with his hair. What makes him physically stronger too? And he... okay, and he has a Gigantamax form to the new transformation. Okay, so I guess he has a bigger form. What makes him bigger, and what is based on a specific troll from Irish, but I can't remember which one. Okay, so here we go. It's not bad as far as Pokemon and all that goes. Kind of reminiscent of the trolls in WoW, but again, that makes sense since they've gained popularity and this is probably newer, etc. Here's the other one that he posted. Anybody interested in this? Have knowledge on them? Appreciate them?
I'm not that big on Pokemon, really.
Okay. So there you have it, folks. Little fun anime-ish style troll. Nice and clean, as you'd expect.
this has to be one of the newer ones. I don't know this,
Yeah.
This is from the one from
and
the
I don't.
British one.
I'm not watching past Sun and Moon.
Pro grew up
Like,
and moved to
Ash, even
Digimon.
Ash is starting to go backward.
Pro. All right, going on. Darth, thank you for sharing that. Applying that. Spinning the wheel. JMPF, Rain, Pro, JMPF, Dog Donzo, Louis, you shared something on Facebook, correct? Let me see if I can dig it up. Talk amongst yourselves. A river troll is neither a river, but is a troll. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't know. What is this, John? What is this?
John concerns me sometimes.
I think he has more issues.
This
with
combined with the
I think
this
Jono's
combined with
becoming the true
questions
troll
we're
here
asking
now.
Before the stream is really like concerning me now. Is there a mixed message you want to tell us? Now is the time.
Pro, you are
no,
losing your
now's not the
position.
time. After the stream is the time.
You are losing your position, Pro, as the top troll. John's starting to overtake you. Okay, so Louis shared
What on earth is
something,
happening?
I think from Willow again. Before you came up, Louis, we covered the Willow one. Let me copy your text and take a look at that. Yeah, you did. So, shout out again to the Willow. I don't get it, John. What are you representing there? My own reaction to myself? What is going on? Okay, so this is what Louis sent me. The black trolls that appeared in Willow resembled chimpanzees a little bit, for sure. Something that would definitely freak a good old Pro out. Chimpanzee-style trolls. I think that's like Pro's worst nightmare then. It's smarter than a chimp, so you can't even hide from this one, Pro. And then it changes
that's
to...
I want to see
Why do
that
trolls
image
always
again.
have to look like they're eating cancer or something? What's going on here?
Louis also
That's
been
disgusting
posting
as all.
some clips of how he worked and made the dragon for the art contest. So if you guys are interested and you're interested more in this community and see more art, head over to our Facebook and join our group there if you're already on Facebook. If you don't like Facebook, then stay here full time. Yes, devote your entire heart here then. Let's see if he said anything we didn't cover yet. The Eborsisk? Yeah, Eborsisk, not Ebolisk.
Crap, what movie is it called?
Yeah,
There's
awesome
a movie
movie.
I know that there's trolls in it. Does anyone know a movie that's like related to Snow White, but the trolls there have like their blood is made out of tar, and they love treasures and gold. Does anyone know what movie I'm talking about?
Voyage of the Unicorn.
No,
Hmm.
I think it
Maybe
was
the
called The
Huntsman?
Huntsman.
It's not
Snow White
David.
and the Huntsman?
Oh, Snow White.
David the Gnome. So thank you, Louis. Who shared this one earlier on? Who was that? Wasn't Chris? Was that you, Chris? No, it was Chris. So yeah, Chris covered this
Yes,
one
it was
already.
me.
It was one of
That's
the earlier
first
ones.
one I actually shared.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Let's see who gets to make out with the troll next. Lucky trolls today. They're all waiting in line for you guys. And it's spinning. We got JMPF, Doggy,
I'm
Louis.
not too sure if I want
That's
to be
really
on
still on
that.
there.
If
It's
this is what I'm
Rain.
making out with, I don't think I want to be on this line.
Rain, time for you to make out with a two-headed troll. All right. So no worries, Louis. Thanks for that. Awesome. I can't say enough about Willow. Love the movie. Great actors in there as well. Val Kilmer's in there too. Louis, no, Rain. I'm opening your message. Here's Rain's. It's private, so I'll pull out the image and I'll read it here. Hello, Monster Master. Let me put it back here. So here's the image of the one that Rain shared with me. Take a look at this, guys. Ooh, I know where that's from, I think. I love the three heads and then the one eye on one of the heads. That's so beautifully balanced.
Why does it look
That's
like
the
they're
one I was
infested
talking
with
about.
Yeah.
That's the one with the 3 heads I was talking about.
Yep. So this guy's is from Troll Hunter.
Troll Hunter, yeah.
This one is called Tosser Lad.
Like he sings, the hunter himself, like he's preaching something out of the Bible or something. And then
Yeah.
this guy.
Right.
He comes close enough, they zap him with the UV lights.
Yep. Yeah. Awesome scene there. So Tosser Lad from Dragon Hunter. He is tall as pine tree, and he get older. He from protuberances to intimidate other trolls. Not sure what that means, and also to be more appealing to the females. Protuberances, I guess the extra heads. In the movie, the troll appeared with 3 heads, but only the one with eyes is the real one. Nice. Oh, okay. So they're all kind of useless heads. They're distractions. Cut him off, but he lives. It is hinted that the older trolls can have more heads, even 9. Wow. Due to the inability to absorb the vitamin D from the sun, older trolls will turn into rock. It is really calcium. But younger, interesting, I like that take, how it becomes calcium. But younger trolls will simply explode. Really like this movie, the way it explains the nature of the trolls. Indeedo. 3 movies people must see today. All right, guys. You got to see it. Troll Hunter. My net cut off. Sorry, guys. No worries. Trilogy sequel. Louis says there was a trilogy of books that served as a sequel to Willow. I recommend them. They are a good read. Give us the titles, Louis. That's interesting. So there we go. One of the trolls. We've already shared 2 of the movies. Or of the movie. Okay. Have fun making out with that one, Raincrawler. Which is funny because I mentioned you're going to be making out with a 2-headed one, and then I came up with that image. So actually you'll be making out with a 3-headed one. I wasn't that off. That's troll magic working on me. Curse of the Trolls. All right, let's update the wheel. All right, there's 3 left. Doggy, JMPF, and Pro.
Monster that I was talking about, it was actually a goblin. I made a mistake.
It was. Can you tell us the movie?
It's called Snow White and the Huntsman. But there is a troll in it.
Called it. I called it.
Yes, there is.
Cool.
Honorable
Ooh.
mention for the trolls from Lord of the Rings.
For sure. Big slow troll. That is an awesome troll. Look at that tree trunk on there.
It's huge.
Ooh.
That's what she said.
Wait. So, and she did. So this one's actually in the movie. I'm sure it doesn't look nearly this
Elena said
cool.
that.
Can I see an image of the one that's actually in the movie that's represented by this concept art?
Yeah, I will in a second.
Cool. That looks pretty awesome.
Uh,
I love horns made by tree trunks. That's a cool concept. All right.
it also looks like he's partly made of stone. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's made of like things organic.
Yeah, just earth. Ooh, he does look pretty damn good. Ooh, what movie is this again? Anybody know the movie?
I've watched it at least once.
What movie is it?
Snow White and the Huntsman. It's on Netflix.
Snow White and the Huntsman. I might have seen it. Damn, they have some cool stuff in there. There's this big deer creature. Ooh.
The woman from Twilight plays as the main character as Snow White. That's all I can remember.
Oh, okay.
To be honest.
All
And
right.
I know there's a badass execution at the end of the movie that I really like.
This movie's
I
looking
remember
awesome.
the queen was more beautiful than Snow White.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Has a little bit of a reminiscent of Princess Mononoke. All right. I think that's another movie I might have to check out. All right, so spinning that wheel. Sorry.
Actually, to be fair, I don't think I've ever seen a live-action Snow White movie where White, the actress, has actually been more pretty than the Queen actress.
Well,
Which
there's a
sounds to me-
series called Once Upon a Time. I
In
don't know
there
much
as
about
well.
it.
Yes, I've
Need
seen
to
that.
watch that one.
It's a pretty solid series. I do recommend it. But even in that, the Queen, Gina, is still much hotter than the Snow White actress.
JMPF, it's your turn.
I've seen a few things of Snow White.
So Louis says the sequels to Willow,
Oi,
the
excuse
books, the books are called Chronicles of the Shadow, War Shadow Moon, Shadow Dawn, and Shadow Star.
That's a
Star.
problem.
Excuse me. Okay, so JMPF, thank you. Let's check out this troll. It's got a little bit of a Porcadillo vibe to it.
Oh,
Here we
that's
go.
the one from...
The BBC miniseries, or not miniseries, the BBC series Merlin. I never got into this one, so let's see. In the episode Beauty and the Beast, the troll version of Katrina was a troll who attempted to take over Camelot and gain a lot of gold and riches by marrying Uther Pendragon, as she magically impersonated Lady Katrina. So this is a female troll, guys, by the way. She was later killed by Arthur
And she loves
Pendragon.
eating dung.
So huzzah to myself for killing it, with the help of his servant Merlin. What the hell, servant? That's my buddy. That's no servant. That's my
He did take the role
my
of
guy.
servant, though.
It's really unfair.
I'm sorry to tell it to you, Arthur, but your dad fucked the troll lady, even after her spell was broken before you killed her.
Whatever. I'm an upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm the newer version
It's
of
normal.
That guy
Sperm and
ate-
blood.
That guy like ate everything. Not guy, sorry. That girl, she ate like horse dung and
the nice.
rotten apples,
Excellent.
stuff like that.
It's all organic. It works.
I see you're
And then
happy with
she-
your
there was
stepmother.
this scene where she bloody fought.
I chose her because is an interesting idea to have King Arthur fight against a troll. That is an interesting concept. Yeah, never seen that in any rendition. Come on, Arthur, keep it on. Say it. One man can still dream. What are you showing me here now? Yes, Jono. The whole Monstercast was about Jono. Was about John Hockham.
What was?
He's emotional in that one.
Is that
The
a
tune.
chaos star I'm seeing on you, John? Loads bolter with malicious intent.
Yes, John Hockham is his main army in Warhammer is chaos. This is why all the other metal guys make fun of him, because he plays Warhammer too much. Sorry, John. It is me, the troll. True indeed. All right, the master troll of them all, John. Okay, so thank you, JMPF. So it was in Beauty and the Beast. I haven't watched that series. I love the miniseries of Merlin. It was 3 short films with Sam Neill, the actor from Jurassic Park, or Jurassic Pork today. A good miniseries. I have mentioned it a couple of times on his podcast, and I even hinted it in my latest Dragon video. There's a scene from Merlin, the miniseries. But this TV series, this BBC series, I never got into, I never watched. I believe there's a Manticore that I used out of this series as well in my Manticore video. So that's cool. So shout out
I
to
don't recall a
Merlin.
Manticore from that series, but there was a great.
A Griffin. Any
Arthur,
fans?
just a tip. If you're gonna watch the series,
Mhm.
I recommend it. Just don't watch the last episode. You will be highly disappointed.
Gotcha.
Like worse than Game of Thrones. And
Worse than it. I was going to mention that. That's pretty bad then. That's pretty damn bad.
the whole ending sucks. It nullifies the whole series. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it. Probably rush. Probably
Right.
ran out
Just
like funding,
wrapping
but
it up.
do not, for the love of fuck, don't watch a lot.
That's the worst. If that's the
I do
reason for
agree.
ruining something great, is being rushed and money and shit like that. Because that's not even a good reason. You can still do decent writing. You know, it's bad.
Yeah, it would take two. It would take 2 sentences, literally, to fix the whole scene,
Yeah.
the whole episode. But they fucked it up.
And Game of Thrones, guys,
Like
I
me and my
can't.
parents, we deleted the whole fucking series just because they fucked it up. Like,
Yeah, that's
were
just
addicted to it.
dishonorable to the fans and everything. You owe it more. I can't recommend Game of Thrones to everybody. It's a long
I
series.
really want to
It's
get
in
into
depth.
it, but I haven't got to it yet.
But I will
Got
say,
bored.
Get the audiobooks if you can't read them, is all I will say.
somebody
someone
told me
who's
the
read
books
all
are
the books.
better before too.
Mhm.
But I will say what Game of Thrones does have, it has some. If you're a monster lover and you're in this group with us, then I would say that Game of Thrones has some excellent scenes. Excellent scenes of battling zombies, a giant zombie, a dragon zombie. If you just want to see some cool damn clips, well, you can just Google that too. But Game of Thrones for sure has that, as they did it high budget. They did those things well. A dragon burning down a city, you will not see it better done in any movie yet than Game of Thrones.
corpses
Well,
turning to art.
Now I want to watch like
Never
a
There's
seen that
Hobbit.
before.
medieval times fantasy movie that involves a zombie.
Arthur,
apocalypse.
I will
Yeah.
very much so disagree with you. Smaug burning down
Right.
Lake Town, much better.
Smaug burning down the
Or
town,
him
that's
burning down the boats.
definitely up there. But in Game
That
of
scene
Thrones, you
him
got a
burning down the
full
boats was also nice.
Game of Thrones, you have a full-size kingdom being destroyed by it. So on a brutality epic level, it's even more than that Smaug scene. But yeah, the Smaug scene is definitely up there with it. Okay, moving on. If trolls regenerate, can they die of natural causes? They may be immortal, depending on the kind of troll. Right, Jono, that's the whole fun of the concept of trolls with different... that was another Jono asking that, so not this Jono that we know. The female one. It's his counterpart
That's it.
with one boob. So, yeah, that's what makes the troll concept so fascinating for games, because all games keep one thing pretty much intact, or two. They have long noses, they're kind of green, warty looking, and number two, they regenerate. Although, again, Skyrim and Elder Scrolls changed that up a little bit, but they still regenerate. So can they die of natural causes, even old age? Good question. I guess it depends on the lore. And we'd have to look at the actual lore of the ancient ones. Ignoring my trolling,
Is that a
start
toilet?
hiding. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Thank you for sharing that JMPF. That was a fun one. Porcadio to you. And the last two, Dog Danza and Pro. It's a slow wheel turn. And it's on Pro. Pro Stir. It is your turn. We're still going to spin Dog by himself. Just because I think we can. Let's see what you got today. He's going to... There we go. There we go. He fed into the Skyrim one. Take a look at that, guys. Moment of silence.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to gaw.
The second one isn't loading.
Well done. Well
It's one
done.
of the common trolls.
Got troll relatives. Don't mess with Arthur. He will send his troll brethren to take you down. Yes, my troll father and mother.
Because it's not loading for me.
To be honest, my mother is quite the damn troll. Here
My
we go.
aunt's one.
Wasn't there this thing in Skyrim that they were like trying to train baby trolls to become like
Not
It was for
baby
Dawn
trolls,
Guard.
but,
followers?
Yeah,
Aw.
some vampire hunters actually manage to train trolls to kill vampires.
Were there any baby trolls in the
But I
game?
was turned into a vampire. So
No.
No, it's not baby
Aw.
trolls. They actually go and capture large ones.
I
They
see.
train them and suit them with armor. You can have one as a follower, but if you have it for too long, they'll run off.
Again, because trolls are so versatile, you can come up with so many different lore ideas on how they would breed and just form and such in existence. Fun
Well, these
concept.
ones look like monkeys, so I'm guessing they all breed like apes.
They look
Pro
like an
said, since I'm playing Skyrim on
Exactly.
Switch, I must shed some light on the Donkey Kongs of Skyrim. Trolls are large, hairy, ape-like creatures with sharp fangs, claws, and long, powerful arms. These creatures have 3 beady black eyes, their skulls being easily recognized by their 3 eye sockets. Commonly found in forests such as the Rift, trolls also inhabit caves, ruins, and mountains. While they are not very intelligent, trolls compensate with tough physical prowess and the ability to regenerate health, which makes them very hard to kill at lower levels. Many trolls may display a weakness to fire damage spells, weapon enchantments, and poisons that deal fire damage or raise susceptibility to fire damage. So, there you have it.
Yeah, when I see one, I run for the hills.
Haha, nice.
Why? You must play a mage character because when I see one, I'll run through it.
Yeah, I usually like being a mage.
Yeah, cool. And then you guys
I'm
played the
always an
Iron Maiden
archer.
song.
As long as I'm playing Skyrim, I'm always a wood elf. I'm always an archer, so I always climb as high as I can. I snipe down.
Yeah.
I'm always
Archery is
pushy.
great against these guys. I'll admit that. I love the 3D
Argonian
renditions
warrior.
on the waiting screen in Skyrim.
I've never played
Awesome.
anything else.
Mhm.
I've never played anything else except for wood elf. It's just my guy.
Well, I usually go for Khajiit because I'm usually like the thief type of gameplay.
Argonians are objectively the best race in Skyrim. Fight me.
All
No,
right,
they're
guys.
good too.
While we load the
I
final
got one.
person,
All races are good.
You have to go,
I just
goodbye.
prefer wood elf. It gives me the buffs I want.
goodbye,
And if I wanna
JMPF.
be a
Adios.
little bit sneaky, I can.
Thank you for being here.
Well, each race is suited for everyone's different game style.
All right, guys. So before I load the last, or before the last Presenter speaks, if they have anything, which I don't think they do, tell us who is the biggest troll in your family.
My aunt.
And Don, they do have a particular
You
troll
mean
in your
like someone
family.
that's like very ugly, or someone that makes a lot of jokes?
No,
Which
she's
way
an
you taking
asshole.
this?
Someone that picks on someone in a rather humorous yet hurtful way.
Alright,
Mine's in a hurtful way.
alright, if that's the case, my grandma, that would be me.
Grandma, okay. Jono says himself, "You're not too bad, Jono.
That would be in my case. I'll be well.
You'll
But
be
in
the
the
troll."
family, the funniest troll would be my oldest.
How about you, Pro? Do you have someone that's
We don't have anybody funny in my family.
quite
We're
the
just all
troll?
angry.
I mean, it's fun to troll sometimes, with in good taste. But then there's those people that go beyond good taste.
Mhm.
And it's probably ourselves at times as well, which is a good note to learning about yourself too. My brother. I hear you, Pro.
Right, poor pro. I feel for you.
Yeah.
I don't have a brother, but I feel for you.
I always wanted a brother.
Because I am the one who at least acknowledges the meaning of trolling. I am a very handsome Italian guy. Alrighty, there we go.
Make me
Come
stupid.
on. John.
Doc Dons is calling you out. He said what?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay,
Better-
that was his
sometimes
troll.
words are better not said.
Right. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna spin the last one. It's Doc Donzo against Doc Donzo. Let's see which Doc Donzo wins. Okay, it's down to Doc Donzo
One
or Doc
already left, so
Donza.
it's me.
It's Doc Donza. Wow, what a
Oh my
surprise!
god, the haircut.
And Doc
What on
Donza,
earth
did you
is
have
that supposed to be?
anything you wanted to share, or?
Sorry, I don't really have images prepared, but I do have two.
Okay.
Like
What you got?
Are either of those the trolls
first
from
one-
Tolkien?
a guy from Brooklyn is shit.
The guy from Brackpan is shit talking you.
Procrastinate, John. Shut the fuck up. I don't need to know where I stay. Fuck off.
Your breath stinks.
Who, mine? Whose breath stinks?
My dog,
Oh, poor dog.
Chihuahua.
So what
Okay,
did you want to
anyways.
talk about?
I'm surprised no one was mentioning The Hobbit, like the first one.
I
The
haven't even-
trolls that were trying to eat them.
Right, they
Trolls.
got a honorable mention. Oh yes, the ones that so not just the cave trolls, but the what are those? Aren't those like mountain trolls? I think.
Yeah, the mountain trolls that they were like stalling for
Yeah.
the sunrise, and then
That was awesome.
at the
I love that
old,
scene.
Ending of the day or beginning of the day. who
I
shall
don't
not
know-
pass, save the day.
What's up with the hate for The Hobbit? I mean, sure, Lord of the Rings is a better movie, but still,
I-
why the hate for The Hobbit?
Definitely.
Because people are dumb.
Very
Hobbit
dumb.
was a good trilogy.
It was. I rather enjoyed it. We got a mountain troll
I
in
enjoyed
Harry
it. It's
Potter
just
as
a little bit too
well.
long for my taste.
Can anybody pull up an image of those trolls? I'm not sure if they were mountain trolls or hill trolls. I know
In
they
Harry Potter.
Give me a second.
No, in
I'll
the-
see if I can get something.
in The Hobbit. I know they
Make no
I saw the
promises.
movie about a week ago. I think they were mountain trolls.
they were
that ventured
okay.
From the mountains.
I thought so too. It's just when I googled it, I was getting the Harry Potter one quicker. So, okay. But Arthur,
I'm trying to get images here myself.
damn it! Why do my most active users on Discord have to be the most trolly ones? Why? Why you two? The black and red. I give you so much power.
Here's an image. Let me just see if I can share it.
If we could get a GIF of one of those
I'm
scenes.
sharing this. I'll get the other one.
Let's see, Hobbit.
Ah,
I'll
here it
get
is.
something up too.
Done.
Just a second, guys. Here we go.
I am struggling for some reason.
What is with you with ranks?
One of one of the best, not one of the best, but one of the top scenes in a fantasy movie. I think with those trolls. That was a really cool scene with the dwarfs and the trolls. So wonderful.
Yeah, that was.
John, any rank, Arthur.
I'm trying to send an image, but it's just not going.
Nobody mentioned.
while he's
my
loading, I'll
trolling
someone get the
John
other
all
one.
day. Sid is kind of a troll too. Except Sid doesn't really have a high position here or acknowledgement among the the monsterhood.
Actually, Arthur, why not? Isn't there a troll rank?
I thought about that and I actually have it in the
Aging Rock
works.
Troll.
There's one negative to it. It's an obvious one, but I do have it in the works. It's just a matter of timing. Nice one, dog. You called out one of the
Yeah, that's
upcoming
good.
ranks. So shout
do
out.
you-
Can't
what
take
do you
it
mean we don't have-
seriously with its eyes so far from its head.
He has deer
Yes,
vision.
and the center of its nose is like so flat.
Yeah,
What do you mean
they're
we don't
fun.
have a troll rank? We have Aging Rock Troll.
We do. We have, yeah, that's right. We have aging rock troll rank. And that is for people that have been here for a year. So shout
I'm
out to
sending the second
Tolkien.
image. I don't know if it's going through.
Okay.
Uh,
Shout out to Tolkien for the
almost there.
two types of trolls. We have the mountains trolls and then we have the cave trolls, which people probably remember more from the films. I love what they did with the cave trolls. They showed them enough with the film. They had purpose. Love it. Ooh, I love this image. I'm going to have to send this to you guys.
Comedy. Bad comedy.
I almost... Yeah, I owned this shirt, I think, before. I want this shirt again. Take a look at this image, guys. Imagine this on a big black shirt. What the hell? There we go. Yeah. Isn't that an awesome image?
Not the word I would use.
It's a little bit creepy.
They used to sell it on a t-shirt. Nice black tie-dye kind
Arthur,
of...
can I ask you a favor?
Yes, sir. What's up?
My image isn't coming through. Can you please just search on Google Overlord troll? You'll see a green guy with a skull on his shoulder. Can you please put an image on?
Overlord Troll?
Because yeah, Overlord troll. It's anime.
Okay, coming up.
Anime we talked about in the start.
I know the one you're
Sorry,
talking about.
technical difficulty. Yeah, the Giant of the West. Yeah, that's the one. Now this guy is basically your average troll. This guy's what was his name again? Something like Orc.
Gyu. No,
But because his name is so short, they put him in charge. Yeah, that's the guy.
Wait, is
Nice.
that from
Yeah,
an
it's not-
anime?
Yes, from
Yeah,
Overlord.
it's from Overlord season 3.
Oh,
Overlord.
And they
Okay.
put him in charge because he was the biggest and baddest troll around. He picked himself a name that was really to show he is big and strong.
Yeah. He was powerful in regard to that world, but of course, Ainzul Gon, being level 100, beat the ever-loving snot out of him, and then made him into a zombie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go for it to be anime that always makes another person stronger than the last, and it never ends.
OP characters are awesome.
They are when
And I
done
like
right.
the darker ones.
Yep.
And
Very
Ainzul
cool.
Gon is
A
definitely
question.
an OP character done right.
This just dawned on me. When Ainzul Gon... sorry for the lack of... When
all
Ainzul Gon changed this guy from a corpse to a undead, why don't trolls keep their healing factor? I know they're dead and all, but
Because the healing factor is related. It's related to them being alive, I guess.
Yeah. In
So
that
if
lore,
you're no
yeah.
longer
That-
alive, the body doesn't really. It's technically moving around as a sentient corpse, but the body itself is dead, and so there's nothing giving it signals to initiate the healing factor.
Why do you have
So,
to be on my lap? God damn it.
short, quick shout out since we're done here. I'm not sharing anything in
someone
particular,
extra.
but since I did come
Arthur,
across it.
someone
That's a basic troll from the Overlord anime.
Oh, okay. And here is the Harry Potter one, just because
Oh,
we
yeah, I
came
remember
across
that
it.
one.
The goofy looking one with
yeah,
the big
putting
ears.
The wand up his nose.
Kind of cool what they did with the trunk legs. Good for realism, too, as far as a big creature like that roaming
He's not even
about.
smart.
But it did look goofy.
His lips are so
Goofy on the head.
huge.
They probably went with that appearance just because of the fan base. It is more for younger people, the movie, so I think that's probably why they added the big ears and made it a little goofier rather than
Well, the
making
first few movies were more kid friendly
it... Mhm.
until it got more serious into the
Yeah.
later movies.
True.
But then again, the movies were based on the audience from the first one. So as people got older, they made it darker for the
Yeah.
audience to keep the audience going.
Louis
be
talking
honest,
we
like,
should do a fun
once again-
competition to sketch various trolls with lore, the prize bragging rights. My bro is a troll, said Louis. There you go, pro. Somebody to relate with you, Louis. Oh yeah, the old Harry Potter was a anyone mention the troll from Castlevania Lords of Shadow? Nope.
Nope.
If you guys can Google that image. That's it. I have a personal thing I wanted to ask when we were talking about the Warhammer ones.
Mhm,
If
yes.
I have a moment here, let me see. I do have time. Let's see. Because Chris
It's
covered a couple.
pixelated.
What's that, Beth?
The troll picture is pixelated.
Which
Like
one?
it's like retro, like 8-bit.
The image itself is trolling you. It's powerful troll magic at work. Okay, guys. So here is Chris
There's
mentioned
mini
some of the
troll jokes
coolest
too.
Oh, it's
miniatures.
probably because it's an older version of the game.
When I first saw and was getting into Warhammer and all that, when I first saw miniatures, some of the first ones I saw were Warhammer ones, and I saw these trolls and I fell in love with them. They were some of my favorite ones in Warhammer. So I'm asking you to tell me, because I'm showing you the trolls, the miniatures. You see the 3 blue ones here.
Yeah,
They
these are rock trolls.
have a new remake of those rock trolls. Chris posted the newer ones of the river ones, but I want you to tell me if you like those or the new rendition better.
They look like gremlins.
So that is, can you guys stop posting? That one's pretty good, Pro. That one's pretty good.
I gotta say, I kind of prefer the new ones because they.
So here are the new
that
ones,
is-
guys. Hold on. For some reason, I can't paste with my mouse. I don't know if that sounded dirty or not. You can think about that later. So, and then I guess I'll repost that one again so they don't get separated by all the
You need
memes.
to go take a shit. God damn it. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
So take a look at them, guys. We have the newer version and the older version. Personally, what do you guys like more? I just want to see if it's truly an upgrade.
I
Well,
prefer the newer version.
Okay.
I like the older one because it's a little more cartoony.
Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts here? Pro likes the newer ones. The moment you accepted me and Pro into your life, you should have known.
Which one's the new ones?
The one above.
The first
Which
one.
one's the new one? Which one's the old one?
The old one is one below. The latest one that I posted.
Come on.
So the bottom one is the older.
Mm-hmm.
The top one's the newer.
Yeah.
Is that what you...
They both just have
Okay, yeah, I like the top one.
excellent paint work on them.
Creepier, more...
Top one
horrifying.
has a interesting look to it.
Yeah, more chiseled, kind of.
More character a bit.
Mm-hmm. Let me show you the river ones. Those are, I think the river ones are my favorite. I think the chaos ones that you shared, Chris, are all newer because I did see them in the digital video game. They looked awesome. They're very big.
Oh, they do. They have miniatures as well.
Right,
But,
but I think they're newer. I don't think they were out back in the 90s, were they? Or maybe
I
you don't know.
have no idea. I only know they've been in the.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that one picture you wanted. It was the Castlevania one.
Oh, okay, let's take a look at that real quick. Awesome. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. I was starting to figure out which trolls were my favorite when you guys were sharing them, but there were just so many awesome ones. It's hard for
I
me to
love
say.
the diversity and designs of them.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. There. Okay, I'm trying to get you guys an image of these guys. I will say Throg was pretty damn awesome. Throg from Warhammer that Chris shared with the mouth on the stomach. It's very demon-like as he is from Chaos.
Yeah. Most of Chaos trolls actually have mouths on their stomach because
Oh, they
it
do.
makes things easier. It saves
Nice.
food travel time.
I like that. I like it a lot. Damn, I can't find
Wet buddy.
old. Let's see. Bear with me here. I think that's it. Yeah, they're not that great actually. Guess they were better in my memory. No, not these guys. At least you guys on the internet or on YouTube can track with me what I'm doing here. Well, let me see. What's a good image? Ah, there they are. That's one of them. So that is.
Come on, Gizmo. Come on, buddy.
She's calling her troll. If you guys didn't know, Beth actually owns a little troll. Okay, so this is the old one of the river trolls, and the new ones look like.
Gizmo, come here.
I like the fang.
Like this. Damn it, John. Why? Oh, that's
Procrastination.
Pro now.
What the fuck?
Stop separating my
I'm
posts.
done with the photo.
Yeah,
That's
I do.
true.
Yeah,
like
the newer
ones
version
with
looks awesome.
That one,
That-
yeah, I'd
that's
have to
awesome,
agree on
like,
that
but
one.
In general, it looks so hideous but so awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
That is
That-
Warhammer for you.
You were one that's pretty kick-ass. Here's all three of them. I wanted to ask you guys because, especially looking at the rock ones. God damn this pasting. There we go.
All ears to the tap on.
Beautiful. I love that one with the vomit coming out too. Again, it's an awesome paint job, but that's just awesome. So I wanted to ask you guys because, especially looking at the rock ones, the old version definitely had character, and it had the character you'd see in Trolls. The new one, everything's a little more chiseled, just different. And I didn't want to necessarily say it's just better. It's different. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that as artists, as monster lovers, and such. But yeah, as far as the river ones, I have to give it to the new ones. It's just, yeah, with Warhammer and miniature sculpting, you have different artists too. And I think this artist gave it a particular look that's a little bit, like I was saying, a little bit sharp-edged, edgy.
Hey, Arthur,
Just not with that sense. Yes.
how does this miniature thing work? Like, do people create them themselves? Are they like
Yep.
produced? Because I hear people talking about painting and stuff. Like,
You get boxes with
what's the
parts.
process?
You get boxes with parts, you assemble the parts, and then you paint them.
Yeah.
So you
So
technically make it yourself.
Sounds complicated.
the whole the whole thing was with
yes.
miniatures is there's two sides of the hobby truly to miniatures. There's the gaming side, so you're going to get awesome miniatures within different board games or in tabletop games such as
Like D&D.
Warhammer and D&D, where you use the miniatures to visualize your troops or your character, right? So you have that purpose for them. But you have that whole other side of the hobby, which is the collector's artistic side, where people just love to paint them and collect them, and they maybe don't play that much, such as I still have a bit of miniatures, but I don't get a chance to play. But I love the aspect of buying them, painting them up, and collecting them. So it's like model cars, but smaller. Some you assemble, some you don't have to assemble. As far as how they are made, artists sculpt them up. That used to be all physical sculpted and then made duplicates by plastic or by metal, which is still done. A lot on Kickstarter, by the way. And then there is the method of 3D digitally sculpting them, such as I have done, and then 3D printing them, and then making copies of that 3D print. So,
All right, thanks. I was wondering about that.
yeah. My goal with the miniature collecting from my end has always been, and I'm slowing down with it now, and I wanted to incorporate this in the channel too via videos, is I want all the monsters from A to Z, which is thousands of monsters, right? But I want to collect the best miniature I can find of each monster type. So the best troll,
monster.
the best river troll, the best dragon, the best cryptic dragon, whatever, however specific, I want to collect all of them and just have them displayed in a nice lit up place, painted to my best ability. That's been my goal for a long time. But yeah.
Maybe you should make a video of a tour of what you have already, and then what
That's
you
my
plan to
goal.
find and
Yeah,
paint
I
next.
started with one, and I asked people what they wanted me to paint up and do, and they chose when to go, and I already have it ready. It's halfway through its painting
Oh,
job.
Wendigo, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm just
I wanted
taking
a
my time.
Wendigo figurine.
It's a pretty cool one. Awesome paint
I like the
job.
Wendigo.
Lots of time. All right, guys, let's vote for our next monster cast. Louis says albino monsters. What do you guys say?
Didn't we have that already?
But
Nope. Just as a suggestion.
I would say not as far as I know, but to be honest, I've been gone for mostly a year, so I
Yep.
would not know.
Okay, what other suggestions do we have? We
Any
need
other
at least two more.
suggestions by chance?
Doug Donzo, how about you throw a suggestion at us, since you haven't been here often?
Thinking. Come back to me.
Okay.
Like,
Anybody else? If you guys don't come up with
Goblin.
something, I will. Okay, I'm going to come up with... Just because I keep seeing the word Castlevania. Castle... Dwelling... Monsters. There we go.
how about monsters that can disguise themselves? Like monsters that can hide themselves well with environments. Not like camouflage, but like
Just good at hiding.
infiltration. Yeah, they can hide like. Let's take vampires. A vampire is pretty much unrecognizable unless he likes wearing all black and only goes out at
Are you
night.
talking about like older
Besides from
vampires
that-
or more modern?
Talking about vampires in general, because a vampire, you don't really see this person's a vampire unless they like Dracula, just say the outfit says vampire.
Or
And the
gothic
hobby of
boy.
never going out during the day kind of gives it away. But aside from that, they're pretty much human.
Here we go,
And then you
people.
get the Twilight vampires that are all glittery, so screw them.
Monsters hidden in plain sight. Nice. That's well said, Louis. Here they are, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have albino monsters, castle dwelling monsters, expert hiding monsters, and winter monsters. Since we are in the winter time, winter solstice, Christmas time,
Winter monsters in that case.
I'd have to go with that. I think we can specify that though. Let's go
This is
with
my vote.
let's go with scary winter monsters. What do you guys think? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot.
Accounts cryptids too,
Some
right?
are creepy, but I want to talk about like seriously freaky winter stuff.
Monsters that are colder climates come out during the winter.
Yep.
Okay.
So anything
with that.
that
But this albino one also, that would also be pretty good.
oh yeah, that is a good one. So
like
scary
monsters that
winter.
are not defects, but like shiny, if I can put it that way. Almost like Pokemon, like if
Expert
the
hiding
Pokemon are
reminds
really
me of one. So
correct,
the question is, do like snow golems and ice golems work because they're always icy?
it's
I would say if you can get something more to this more specific to that time of year of winter, then kudos on you. If you really can't find something scary as hell that belongs in winter, then go something that's just cold and icy and in the themes of cold weather that winter spawns. Okay, makes sense?
I've already got something to mind, but if it's winter only, that's the
Yeah, that is a tricky one.
if it's cold climates, then I've already got something that I think you guys would like.
Okay, guys, let's vote. I think
Let's
we
see
should.
if I-
We might as well go winter, but let's see what your vote is at least for future. So, what do you guys have here?
Well, I'm voting for winter.
Ooh, I like Darth
Why the
Phoenix's
hell is it
too.
winter?
Best monsters of the decade. I like the idea of best.
What is that?
Is a
I think on the New Year we did something like this last year. I think monsters of movies of the year. I don't know, but I think for New Year's we should do a monsters of the year episode. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Next time we're voting, something for the full
What
year.
does that entail? Like monsters that were made this decade in movies, or
Sort
what?
of, yeah. So monsters
I don't
that
understand.
were in popular movies that year, games that were released that year, stories, books. Yeah, all of the above.
I can work with that.
I only got one microphone. That's all I need. At least it's a real one. Castle Dwelling, we got one vote. So Illithid is here. He is listening, it looks like. Or no,
I
he's
vote
just reading.
for winter for next weekend. Next weekend I vote for winter.
yeah. Next week
Maybe
we
the
should
one
have
after
winter,
that's the
and the one
decade.
after that is the anniversary ones.
Okay. So
Yeah, the
that'll be it, guys. Let's just stick with the scary winter one. So scary winter monsters. Try your best to find something for the time of year or holiday season. It could be Christmas as well. So Krampus and stuff applies. And yeah. Okay, so let's stick with that one. Keep your suggestions for the future. That's it. Any final words? Moment of silence for Super OCD.
I guess.
Uh,
Okay.
that is coming back as a trend.
Yes.
As Victor would normally say if you were here, Don't fear the unknown. Seek it out, study it, understand it. To which I follow up with, fear the unknown. Shoot it in the face with a shot.
Awesome.
Shoot face with the
I remember the good
shotgun.
old days.
By the way, guys,
Have a great week, everyone.
I'm gonna try to get Victor back here too, because if you guys noticed, I opened a new text cavern right at the top left. It says D&D RPG people. This cavern, if you're into tabletop playing with, particularly with miniatures or specifically D&D gaming or Warhammer gaming, more so the D&D style games, if you're interested, have played, will play, any of the above, then please go in there and say that you're interested. If not, then don't. Don't just try to get in there for whatever reason or to get a rank, because I am going to apply a certain rank. What the hell? Okay. I'm so flattered, pro. So whatever. I don't know if to keep it or delete it. I don't care. YouTube will like it at least. So there you go, YouTube. Have fun. YouTube's going to bait toward that, and it's going to be a chain reaction baiting. YouTube's going to bait to that. The lawyers are going to bait to YouTube baiting for that, and so on.
Lucas, John, that's a little bit too far, don't you think? Like, what? Oh, what?
Louis said, laugh out loud, sploosh. So if you guys are into D&D or will be or something, go up there and let me know, because I'm working on another project and I would like people's support on that and advice and suggestions on it. So if you are, join there. If you're not, then please don't, because you're not going to have the right viewpoint that I need help with that project. So that is why.
On that topic, Offer, I actually wanted to speak with you after this about something D&D related.
Then we'll wrap this up immediately now. What's wrong? Tom's just laughing. Okay, so here we go. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Next time, we're going to have a winter solstice type Monstercast. We're going to be talking about the scariest monsters of winter time. So get ready for that. It's going to be a good one. Get cozy for it. It's going to be fun. That's it for me. Goodbye, everybody. Go ahead, guys. Say your official last words. Anything you want to say. It's all you. I'm done.
All right.
All right, bye. Have a great day. Like and subscribe.
Thank you very much for humoring me. And if you wish to know more, let me know.
Beautiful. And that's that. Let's start this outro. Oh, crap. It's going to be loud. Play with VLC.
Don't break my ears.
No, I got it.
It's fine. We can suffer through it.
And
monsters after all.
So thank you to Raincrawler, Louis Zenadog over on YouTube. Thank you, Donde Beth, Darth, Dog Danza, Jono, Chris, Pro, C, JMPF. And I think that was everybody today. If I forgot someone,
Yay.
I didn't mean to.
Z made a cameo.
He did. 3.
Wait.
There we go. And also, guys, if you're not on Discord and you are into D&D and that stuff, do let me know through Facebook. If you are. Only if you are.
Do you plan on start a game? Plan on starting a game?
Not quite yet. Eventually. Goodbye, guys.
If you do